As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the two sticks that have come together like Voltron. The time that they say this is the time of the end. The two sticks that have come together to form the most formidable opponent of the earth. And that's the kingdom of the Israelites. Father, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to come together and talk with our people, your people, the ones that you surnamed out of the book, ones that you surnamed long before we were here. You called us out. You called us out of Christianity long before we even hit the earth. You said, it's okay. I'm going to give them the English language. I'm going to give them a language and put them in a land and disperse them. But I'm going to leave them breadcrumbs so that they can get back to me according to what that book says. And Father, we thank you. We thank you for the book. Contrary to popular belief, the book is not a white man's book, and it's not about the white man's religion of Christianity. It's not about the broad gate, Father. We thank you. We thank you for giving us a clean slate by the renewing of our mind, Father. Thank you for renewing our mind to embrace our culture, our heritage, and to get back to you. You are so merciful to me, and I know I'm not worthy. I know I'm not worthy, Father, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having mercy on your son, your child, Brother C. I really do, Father. And Father, I thank you for sending first fruits, Mashiach, not that hippie heroin addict and Greek guard Stained glass, not him. That's another Jesus that does. Somebody get that precept. You teaching another Jesus, you teaching stained glass. You bust out stained glass, you deserve a reward this hour. That's right, I said it. You bust out stained glass, you deserve a reward this hour. Father, we thank you. Thank you for sending Mashiach. Mashiach, we thank you for doing the work. Deity put on human clothing. Yes, that's right. Mashiach was an entity. He put on human clothing on our behalf, his brethren. He said he came for his brother. He came for his brothers. He didn't come for the Episcopalians, nor did he come for the Mormons or the Catholics. He didn't come from Valhalla to say the Vikings. And somewhere in the book, somebody said, I would yet choose Israel. So thank you, Mashiach, for the work that you've done, big bro. We love you and we appreciate you. And you are who the book says you is, no doubt about it. Past, present, and future. And we also thank the Ruach Father. We thank you for sending your spirit amongst us so that we could get back to our culture, because without that spirit, we would be in bad case. We would be lost. We would be lost and turned out. Just like Olivia, that song. Y'all ain't been saved all y'all life. We'd be lost and turned out just like Olivia. We wouldn't even be nothing. We would have been crushed. None of y'all. No, I wouldn't be here. If the Father wasn't rocking out with us, I wouldn't be here. Neither would you, because the heathen to this moment wants to have their way with you. And what do I mean? What do you mean by that, brother? See, well, the heathen want to wipe you off, all completely off the earth. But the Father say, oh, no, not so. That's the apple of my eye. You cannot wipe them out completely. Matter of fact, you touch them, I'm going to give it to you. Greetings to you, fam. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are all well. And I appreciate you for jumping on and joining your big brother C for another Kingdom Conversations. And I want to apologize to you all. I have been absent, and the reason for the absence, well, many reasons, but the main reason is that on the good slave ship work for somebody else, my hours have been changed to something different. And so I'm no longer able to do KC on Wednesday. And so what we're probably going to be doing is we're probably going to be jumping on at this time, 8 o'clock on Sun God Day, or day one, according to the book. This is day one. And we'll rock out with the family and converse with the family on around this time on this day. And hopefully this works out for you all. It doesn't put a strain on you. And I miss talking to you all and conversing with you. It's a blessing to be able to fellowship with my family, the dispersed. And I know that we're all over the earth right now, and the awakening has shaken the whole foundation of the earth. And it's been amazing to be part of the awakening. It's been amazing to see what the Father has done after COVID, even prior to COVID, after COVID. So I thank the Father. I thank the Father for you. So this is the time that we'll be doing KC. We'll be coming on, jumping on at this time. And hopefully you all can come on and have a good conversation, jump on with your brother, and we could talk about something. This is our time of fellowship. We talk about whatever we talk about. So going to do like we normally do. But before I do that, you could have been anywhere. It's sun god morning out here on the left side. And I know we got people all over the earth, but you could have been anywhere. You could still be in bed relaxing. You could be out walking your dog, or you could be making breakfast for your children. And you could do all those things while you listen to the loud mouth brother C. But you decided to join us, and I really appreciate you. And we're going to have a good conversation today. So, like we normally do, I'm going to jump in and greet the fam. And those of you who are in the chat, you know what the drill is. Okay, see, the drill is you must greet your family. When you get to the wilderness, when you get to the kingdom, when you get to where you get, you're not only going to be greeting your loved ones, but you're going to be seeing and greeting your brother. See, you're going to be saying, hey, shalom, big mouth brother. See, how you doing? Shalom, give him with a godly hug and a godly handshake. And the sisters in the chat and the brothers in the chat will do the same. So I recommend that you get in the habit of greeting one another. Get in the habit of greeting one another when you see each other on the street too, because there's so much going on the earth right now. You say shalom to somebody, you give somebody that look like you a smile, and you know your people. You can tell your people, and you give them a smile, and you shalom them or hello or whatever greeting you want to use, and you make that person day. So now, fam, you greet everybody that come into this chat. Make sure that you shalom them. Make sure you say hello to them, because we are all family. So I'm going to start from the top and work down. My good brother Charles Boyd, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Good brother Jason Camphor, shalom, good brother. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's been keeping you and blessing you. Good brother JPM brings 1 Corinthians 3:9. For we are laborers together with the Father. Yeah, that's right. All of us are. Not just the brothers on YouTube, not just the brothers in the pulpit who's bringing the truth. And I'm not talking about those ones that's trying to get money for a private jet. You a laborer, you a physician of no value. Ye are God's husband. You are the Father's husbandry. Ye are the Father's building. You are responsible for building the kingdom. Why do you say that, brother C? Because the book say the kingdom is within you. So you need to be building up yourself. Not only that, but you need to be linking up with brothers and sisters and building something outside of the construct, outside of what you think you know. Let the Father fully furnish you so that you can build those things, because He's already given it to you. Yes, He has. Good brother E.T. Hey, Eric, how you doing, brother? Hope all is well with you. Hope you have been well. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Kwam Yashra, shalom, salt of the earth, let my people go. That's right. Let us go. Let us go to where we supposed to be going to. Father, we asked the Father to let us go. We're not asking the heathen. Father, tell them to let us go then. Let us get up out of here. L&L, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Jonda Ash, shalom, shalom family, peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. Joe Scott, what's good, brother? Hope all is well. Romy Black, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. Casey Yah, shalom, shalom Yasharal, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Good sister Luanda, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Samara, unorthodox, DOZ. DOZ is for daughter of Zion. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope you're well. The Father's been keeping you. Motor City Free Press, what's good? Hope all is well. Peace and blessings, Kara King. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Hawkeyes 28. That sounds like a black superhero right there. A comic book from some comic book. He is black superhero. Come to save the day. Unlike stained glass had never done nothing. Cesare done nothing for you. He ain't never saved you. What has Cesare done for you? If you could tell me something that Cesare has done for you, I got something for you. You get some free product off our website. You tell me one thing that stained glass, hippie heroin addict, stringy hair Christian Bale has done for you. Stained glass, they never did. When has only time a Christian Bale will ever attempt to say somebody is something mythical? Never in real life. Never in real life. And don't give me John Brown, because I didn't see him. Let's keep going down. Quit yelling at the people. Let's keep going down. Yah, son, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Let's see here. I'm going down. Hope I get everybody. Hey, my good brother Yashadik. Hey, brother, how you doing? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, brother Yash. Hope you are well. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat after I go through everybody. Yash, you know what it is. If you want to jump on, brother, you can go ahead and jump on and we can rock out, because it's going to be a conversation that the fam will bring anyway. So, Yash, if you want to jump on, brother, you know what it is. Go ahead and jump on. This is your house. You part of family. We all family here. There's no distinction between the Israelites, no matter how they putting out the truth or where they putting out the truth. We don't agree with everybody. We don't agree with the camps, but you're not going to see us spitting on the camps in this room. You're not going to see that happen. You're not going to see us spitting on. No, only people we gonna shine light on is those telling you to do something that the Father said, told you to do, and they tell you not to do it. TD Snakes, Creflo Dollar Bill. But my brothers that's pushing the law, talking about you should be law keepers, and that's your book, and that's your culture. Oh, for surely we're going to support them. I don't agree with everything they say. No, sir, no, man. But surely we're going to support them. And we're not gonna stand on the mic, jump on the mic, saying any kind of ill will. There's a code that you must operate on. Operate on the code. Notorious Hebrew, get saved. Satan wishes to sift you as wheat. Yes, he does. Each and every one of you. But he can't do it. Pamela Anthony, shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Kevin Maxwell, salama. Salama to you, brother. Peace and blessings to you. The Most High Servant's daughter. Shalom. Peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well. Octeria Phillips. Shalom, sis. Faithful sister. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings, family in the chat. Peace and blessings, Solier family. Much love. You better be greeting that family in the chat. Nobody should feel like they in a stranger's house when they come into this room. You should feel like, hey, I'm amongst family right now. I'm fellowshipping with family right now. This is way better than being in the church house anyway. Because see, you don't have to pay 10%. You really got to get 30%, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. We ain't turned the music on. Where we get you worked up, and so you get worked up into a fever, thinking, listening to that spirit telling you, oh, you know what, I need to get some money because this man sounds so good. And we ain't got to that part yet, but we'll get there. Latonia Mitchell, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Designs by Daphne, shalom, sis, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Teresa Hall, shalom, sister. Hope you are well. Hope all is good with you. Stay on fire ministry. Get saved. Hope you are well. Good seeing you. It's good seeing all of y'all, really. It's been a minute. It's good seeing you. Let's see. Let's keep going down the line. I'm trying to get everybody. Nature's Graffiti, shalom, sis. John 5:20. For the Father loveth the Son and showeth him all things that himself doeth. Who he's showing it to the Son. He's showing it to the Israelites. And he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. The greater works question. The greater works is interesting, though, when you think about it. Greater works. Mashiach said, greater works than these ye shall do. That's interesting. William Clark, shalom, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's been keeping you. We moving back. Hey, shalom to you. We moving back. Hope you are well. Your brother C is doing all right. I'm doing okay. I'm still above the earth. I haven't been put down yet, but I hope to see us going back. I hope to see us getting everything that we deserve and really forming a nation. And we are forming that nation. There's no doubt about it. I can see us coming together, and we're starting to understand our role and responsibility here on the earth. Michael Yah, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Warren Halter, peace and blessings to you. Shalom to you. Hope all is well. Darlene Franklin, I'm not sure if I got you, sis, but I'll get you, make sure I catch you. Darlene Franklin, peace and blessings, sister. Hope all is well. Sisters, one of the sisters has got a raw business going on. She does what she does, and hopefully the family can support her. Jabroni, the uncleavable one. That's right. Jabroni don't give a deep about the heathen. I'm with you, brother. Hope you have been well. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Let's see here. Did we get everybody? Pamela J. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna jump in until we get everybody. Pamela J. Peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well. I think we got everybody. And if I didn't catch you, you know what? If you shalom me while the chat is going and we're not going too fast, what I will do is I will definitely put you up, because the most important people are not me. It's not the people on the panel. And I do want to say shalom, peace, and blessings to my brethren, Banya, Laisha, and also my brother Najid. Also want to give another shout out to my brother Kadar, my brother Ibri, and my brother Yash, my fellow laborers who labor. And I love all my brothers. But I will say this. The work is a tiring work. When you get done doing these shows, you're really tired. It takes a lot of energy out of you. So anybody's talking about they're conversing with the family and they're talking to you and they're bringing you information or they're bringing you anything, you must know that it is a tiresome thing and it's a thankless job. But the Father, somewhere in the book say he will give the increase. So we hope that you get something out of it. So today's conversation, what we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be an open conversation, we're going to talk about current events. Now, when we talk about current events, I want everyone to put this in their perspective. And it's really, I don't have any real topics to talk about. I'm putting the topic out there about current events, but I want us to have an open discussion about what we see going on this hour. Now, I'm going to start it off by saying that the hate for you, Israel, is real. The hate for you, Israelites, the book people, is real. Brother C, why do you say that? Put a 7 up if you can feel the hate in the air for you. And it's ratcheted up. I want everybody to put a 7 up. I will put a 7 up because I know it to be true. I know it to be 1000% true that the hate for us is real, it's tangible. You can see it like never before in history. When you walk out that door, you can see it, smell it, touch it, taste it, and feel it. And it's got nothing to do with the trumpets. It's not got nothing to do with the maggots. And y'all know, y'all put a 3 up if you know what I mean when I say trumpets and maggots. It's got nothing to do with them. Although they are participating in the hatred, but it's got nothing to do with them. Can you feel? I'm gonna ask the fam. Can you feel the hate for you this hour? And tell me it's not a figment of your imagination. I know you can feel. I'm gonna put some of these comments up. The hate for the true Hebrew is real. That's right. It's funny how Israel makes that Israel, and I know it's we Yasha Allah, but you know, that Israel thing is kind of interesting. You put Israel because we are real. Let's see. I'm gonna put some of the comments up because this is what it's about. Awakening daughter of Zion. My brother, wait, let me go back. My good brother ET says the hate for true Israel is real. That's right. Awakening daughter of Sarah. Feel like we are surrounded by wolves. Yeah. Let's see. We can feel it. So y'all can feel, y'all. My brother Yah say, and brother Yah, you can jump on anytime, bro. I'll put the link in. You can jump on. Is my brother say the hate is in the air? Yes, it is. Y'all can feel it, can't y'all? I know I'm not losing my mind. I'm an old head, but I haven't lost my mind. I have not lost. I lost my mind to know that it's when the book say knowledge shall increase, the hatred shall increase too. My sister say I can hear it in my sleep. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? Wait a minute. That name looks familiar. Hey sis, how you doing? Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Love you, sis. Pamela J. All over the globe. Every second of the day. You love Yah. Shalom. Salama. Peace and blessings to you. You can be black, but we can never be Hebrews. That's a that's hilarious, but okay. Perpetual hatred. These days they are just better at hiding. You know what, Jabroni? Here's the thing. Right now, they have been unmasked. The heathen has been completely unmasked. But here's the thing. It's not just the heathens who are our mortal enemies without saying any names. It's really everybody. Everybody has a open hatred towards you. And I truly don't believe that they understand why that is. Sharon O, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Octavia Phillips, it's been real for many years. Yeah, it has been, and it seems like it has ratcheted up. It is more open. It is more and it's probably more like how the South was and has been, you know, because a lot of times people would hide their hatred. They'd smile in your face, OJs, and stab you in the back, right? Let's see. Yasharon Redeemer says it's palpable. Said that right. Grand Rising sis, hope you are well. Peace and blessings to you. Brothers say they're panicking. Kwame Yasharon says I felt it beginning days of the shot. Yeah, it seems like that's funny, and we're gonna hit another question in a second. But it seems like after it seems like even the run up into the the trumpet era, and I'm not blaming Trump for anything because what's in these people's DNA is what's in their DNA. Just like he said to us, it will be a sign and a wonder, and upon I see forever. What was he talking about? He's talking about your DNA, folks. That's gonna always be in you. It's gonna always be with you. It's not going anywhere. And so the same thing that he put in our DNA, the wickedry and the devilment and the ability to do wicked to you without any remorse. You treat a dog better than you treat an Israelite is not surprising. And this right here is the punchline. Pamela J said, but the Most High is waking up his, yes, he has woken us up all over the earth. And the great thing is that there's a couple of great things in that before I move on to the next question. The great things in that is that we're no longer praying for this nation. We're no longer forgiving this nation for the wicked devilment that they've done. And okay, brother Yash, I just got that message. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. But we've actually turned back to our culture and turned back to the Father according to what the books say. It's not by coincidence that COVID happened and then you had another great explosion of the Israelites getting back to their culture. That's not by accident. The Father's playing chess. He got everything set up. This is his chessboard. Now I'm going to ask the fam. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to put the question in the chat, starting with the top question that we had. Family, what do you see going on? What do you see going on? And I want you to localize it in your own area, wherever you may be over the earth. And mind you, we have family that's all over the earth. It's not just here in the snakes. We got family that's everywhere. And so the question that I have is that what have you been seeing specifically? And I want you to localize it. I want you to put it in the chat and we'll put your comment up. But what have you been seeing personally? And then what have you been seeing in the news locally in your local area? And then broaden that out. What do you see and feel? And I'm gonna put what you guys say up in the chat because again, the most important thing is not the panel. It's not your brother C. It's the commentary in the chat and the precepts that y'all drop in the chat is far and above and beyond anything that I could bring. Why do you say that, brother C? Because it's all about you, the people. It's about us collectively together. It's not about me. You can remove me out of the way. I go on mute. Y'all still rock out. And then you point your family back to the chat. You point your family back to the precepts. Just like the Father pointed us, get back to the book. Don't listen to nobody telling you, hey, don't be LSC. No. He did away with LSC. He did away with LSC, but he said he never changed. Come on now, stop it. That's kind of simple. 1 + 1 = what? Let me get to these comments. I don't want to get off the path. My good sister says, so true, y'all should see them when we walk around with my fro out. Man, I bet that's an interesting sight. There's two things that they really despise. Your hair is one. But when you're wearing an afro, that really throws them that for some reason that makes them go into gyrations. If you got a fro or if you got locks, that spins them around the axle. They hate them locks and they hate that afro. They want you to keep your head cut off. I recommend, and I'm an old head. I don't have my hair. I don't have it. I hate that. I got a cul-de-sac, and it's sad to say, but it is what it is. I'm okay. That's why when you look at my image, you see me with a hat on. Here in the route, wear hats, trying to hold on. You can't hold on, man. Let it go. My wife said, you need to let that mess go. Just cut it off. But at any rate, they hate your hair. I don't, and I never understand why. Now I kind of do understand, because that hair that you have is alive, and it gets more interesting when it gets gray. But also, I've said this before, I'll say it again. You look at the coils and how coils are used to transmit frequencies and energy. Your hair are. You ever take your hair out and you see one of them things, one of them nappy sections roll on the ground and roll like a spring? And you touch it and you take it, you pick it up, you say, okay, let me stand on the side. You push it down, it's like a spring. Our hair is fantastic. It's alive, and it has the ability to transmit energy. Let me keep going before I get sidetracked. Judgment. You see judgment, ET. Okay. Let's see here. I see prophecies coming to pass. Kevin Maxwell, I want you to put specifically what prophecies you see coming to pass. ET, I want you to put the judgments that you see. ET, you talk about the awakening. What awakening? There's no such thing as no awakening, Eric Tinsley. Stop it. You one of them black Hebrew Israelites. You one of them people. Let me see here. Kevin Maxwell said, I see the wicked being singled out, and the whole world can now see who they are. You know, that's a fantastic statement, brother. I'll tell you why that's a fantastic statement. Is because of the fact that we have entered into truth mode. And listen very carefully to what a person says, because more than likely they are indicting themselves. I don't think it's ever been like that in the history of time. You look at these politicians, you look at these white evangelicals, they indict themselves every time they open their mouth. And it's funny. It's funny that the only one that has the codes is the Israelites. And it's not funny, it's actually by design. It's funny that you were only given 10 pages out of the book talking about when you were in slavery, talking about, okay, nigga, you only get this one page with 4 precepts in it, and it's all about talking about how you should love your master. But then it come to find out that, hey, you know what? You couldn't interpret this book, because if you did give us more of the book, if you did read the book, you'd say that, oh, well, you know what? We got the chosen in our hands. Surely you would know that. Eliyahu B. Shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Yah, judgment on the Gentiles. That's right. Judgment on the gents. We're going to get into that. I'm glad. Hey, matter of fact, we can start getting into that now. Roman Black, I see the wicked being removed all over the earth. The tornadoes in Mississippi, earthquakes in Turkey. You know, I was going to touch on that, sis. We might as well touch on that now. Mississippi. Mississippi is one of the most heinous places on the earth. All praises to the Most High for, I hope he destroy Mississippi. I hope he destroy Florida. I hope he destroy California. I hope he destroy New Mexico. I hope he destroy Arizona. I hope he destroy Montana. I hope he destroy the whole snakes. Mississippi is getting it right now. And you know what? Let me see. Let me find that. I'm gonna share my screen. Because that good. Romy Black, this goes right into right. I'm jumping the gun, but I see that, and the earthquakes in Turkey. We could talk about that too. When you see disasters happening on the earth right now, first thing you should ask yourself is that, what did those people do to the Israelites? What they do? What did those people do to the Israelites? Because everything that goes on the earth is because of the Israelites. It's not because of nobody else. Nothing happens, nothing moves because of you. Ukraine and Russia, they got enemy combatants that Biden done brought over here, that wicked bastard. Got enemy combatants living in your neighborhood now, talking about, oh, well, it's too many Negroes here. Talking about what they said in the UK. It's too many niggers here. I can't be around them. I need to be around Euros and Euros only. Azov Regiment. Let me put this screen up. When I go to YouTube, when I go to other people's YouTube channels, and this one that I go to, Full Spectrum Survival, I go there and I like when I go to your channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say something snide. I'm going to leave a snide comment or remark, right? And so hopefully I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to take that one off. Let me get that off of there. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now, this is me right here, of course, and I'm on this man's channel, Full Spectrum Survival, and it's good. He's like a prepper. He does this daily commentary on what they see politically happening. And I only have one phrase for everybody now. I put this up on all these, whether it be a white evangelical channel, whether it be a Christian channel. Only thing I say, I just say this one sentence: pour for her double. Some understand what it means, some don't. But you'll notice that they won't thumbs up it and they will never ever make a comment. But now, Sister Romy Black, since you made that comment, I'm gonna jump into this. Now one thing I noticed is that, which is a beautiful thing, is that it's proof. This will prove again that, hey, you know what? When it comes to rightfully dividing the book, there's only one people that can do it. And it's the dispersed that's been dispersed all over the earth. If you one of the ones that's been dispersed over the earth, the Father say he will scatter you, and you blood-born Israelite, you are the only ones that can decode this book, nobody else. Put a 3 up if you believe that. Put a 3 up. Not if I don't care if you believe it or not. Put a 3 up if you know that within your spirit person, that you're the only one that can rightfully divide the word of truth according to what the book say. You're the only one on the earth that can bring the earth the truth. That's why you're supposed to be a light. You're supposed to be a light to your people first, and to them other people, whatever they got coming to them, that's what they gonna get. If somebody want to cleave, then you cleave. I'm not worried about you cleaving though. I'm not worried about you cleaving the sea. Don't even. I'm in the jabroni contingent. That's right. So now let's check this out. This is the comment, the crazy comments. I'll leave a comment like this. But let's see somebody bringing some truth. Okay, so we're gonna read some of the commentary. And again, I like to read the commentary in other people's chat room, not only their chat room, but the comments in their videos. So let's read this. This was a devastating tornado outbreak in Mississippi last night. The communities of blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. Another tornado took the party out, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. So let's continue to read down. Let's read the replies. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, so this person talk about the preps. This was talk about, I think it's important to distinguish. Are you on the right one, Brother C? You on the wrong one. You click on the right one. Let's talk about she saw it on her tablet. This one says sad. This one says 27 people killed in the tornadoes. Mind you, that Mississippi to this day is one of the most. You had a brother recently in Mississippi. The police didn't want to go look for the killers. The man said that the people that hired him, who he was working for, was trying to kill him. He called his mom and was never seen again. And this happened recently, over the last month or so. All right, and this happened in Mississippi. Okay. Now let's see. Now here's where our people will jump on your neck. This is a beautiful thing. This sister Anna Tisha Yah, who says Yah's judgment in Mississippi for upholding Jim Crow law. You'll see more from our Father because of his judgment. All praise to the Father. That's truth right there. You see a truth right here. See, the Israelites is not playing. And no, I noticed that ain't nobody coming to say, "Oh no, you're wrong." And this is a heathen site. Full Spectrum Survival is a full-on 100% heathen. But this is what you see in there. And that's what I love about our people. They'll jump in there and they'll tell you what it is. Now, let's see it. Let's keep going. Then you got this sister agreeing. I agree. And they forgot the teachings of the Bible. The churches haven't been preaching truth, but deceiving judgment starts in the house of the Father. Let's keep reading, because then there's somebody going to jump out the window. And then we're going to move on for this. Let's see here. At Lynn. Lynn says something. Okay, so Lynn went at Tanya Joy, talk about read your Bible. Where 3 or more are gathered in my name, there I will be too. All out of context and all out of order, Lynn. You all out of context and all out of order. But Tanya Joy is no joke, because here's what she says. Tanya Joy says, I know my Bible very well, thank you. I guess you have neglected the first 2/3, otherwise known as the Old Testament. Maybe read Jeremiah 50 and 51, read Zephaniah, read Malachi, read Revelations while you're at it. You think you are rich, but you are poor, wretched, and blind. American Christianity is the church of Laodicea. I was on my face praying for 6 hours last night. So this person clearly knows what they're talking about. Clearly, the only people that's going to bring you truth on the earth is the Israelites. I didn't make it up. I didn't make the game up. I'm not even supposed to be speaking English. The Bible brought to me in English. I'm supposed to be speaking my native tongue. I don't have my native tongue because I was discontinued. The book say you discontinue from your heritage, and the fews could trace their heritage back to King Bulan. That don't seem like a discontinue from a heritage to me. That seems like you've been able to carry on your traditions. You've been able to carry on Kabbalah. You've been able to carry on the Zohar and the Midrash. You've been able to carry on those things that you've crafted, that you've associated yourself with these wicked entities that are on the earth. Books say we wrestle not against power, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That's what the books say. So we going against those invisible entities that the fuse is aligned with. So that's very telling that you got people getting their head cracked open, talking about you know the book and you know this, that, and the third, and you know absolutely nothing. It's been proven time and time and time again, which is a beautiful thing. So let's go and keep going down the comments. It's been a minute, so I need to catch up with y'all. So y'all take y'all time. Y'all keep bringing the comments. I see the wicked being removed all over the earth. The tornadoes in Mississippi, earthquakes, and we're gonna touch on them earthquakes in the Ukraine because that was it's more people died in that than what they realized. I noticed that they stopped reporting it. My good sister said reproaches and harden of hearts. That's right. That's right. The heathen is in fear, and they dug in just like how Pharaoh was. Let's see. The heathens are scared because their world is collapsing right before their eyes. That's right, and they have nothing to do about it. And you know what? They proclaim like they big and bad, this and the third, and they really in fear. They in so much fear, and one of their biggest fears is that you be over them. It's actually biblical that you're going to be over them. It's not anything to do with anything that we've done or that we're special. The book says that the tail is going to become the head. Y'all know where that's at? In my favorite, Deuteronomy. Let's see here. Yes, our folks cause that are that's our antennas are out. That's right. That's 100% correct. There's something to your hair though, and it gets even more crazier when it gets gray. It gets more thicker, and it's I liken it to like to wires. I liken our hair to wires because it's wiry, but it's coils. But then it's different than that dead hippie heroin addict hair, like that Jesus guy. The dude in Greek garb is different from him. Chris, love, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Let's see what my brother says. He does away with LSC, then there will be even more people held on Judgment Day. These heathens better be careful what they ask for. That's right. That's right. And see, Jabroni, they had us running around talking about LSC was done. You did, and when you talk about the white man's religion, Christianity is the white man's religion. Whoever coined that phrase was absolutely correct. It is their religion. It's theirs. It's this has got nothing to do with us. And I always put the challenge out. If somebody could name me one Christian that's in the book, I got a whole $1,000 for them. I'll put that challenge out all the time. You name me one Christian in the book, and I give you $1,000 to this. I'll send you a cash app. $1,000. Why? Because I know I'm gonna win that one. I know I'm not sending out $1,000 for that because I know there's no Christians in the book nowhere to be found. Mashiach wasn't no Christian. They didn't call him that. Mashiach was an Israelite. Books say somewhere he's from the tribe of Judah. So that ain't got nothing to do with no Christianity. Replacement theology. That's a replacement tactic trick. Point blank, period. Let's see here. They're scared of black men growing their hair because they're afraid of another Samson. That's absolutely when I was saying that, brother, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because when you think about locks, And notice how they put the term dread in front of it because they dread them, right? They dread to look at it. But when you think of locks, it's not about Goldilocks because Goldilocks didn't have no locks. Goldilocks had that stringy hair that you can't even put a perm in it, and it's still stringy. It ain't got no bounce to it. It ain't got no coil like texture to it. Where it's alive, where it's transmitting energy. No sir, no ma'am. No sir, no ma'am. Let's keep reading. I see the heathens getting desperate and destroying everything, which they always done, but now they are really yeah. That's Casey. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Check this. Uh, with respect to that comment, their attitude is if they can't keep control of it, they will ultimately destroy it. But what I see happening is before any shots get fired, the Father gonna already had done a number on them. We don't have to jump out the window, fam. We need to be prepared if evil come our way that we serve them properly. We don't have to jump out the window, fam. You know what we need to do? We need to step out, step back, step out the way, and we watch them destroy themselves. That's all we have to do. Let the Father do his work. Let the Father do his work on them. And more importantly, let the Father do his work on us. We see all of these things approaching. We see all these things happening. What should we be doing this hour? We should be doing the Father's will, individually and collectively. Well, what is the Father's will, Brother C? What he put in you to do? Each and every one of us here know what the Father put in us to do. And whether Brother C procrastinates and doesn't get it done, or he give it to somebody else, that's between the Father and Brother C. But each and every one of you in the chat, each and every one of you that come and fellowship with us, we love you all. You all know what the Father's will is in your life and what things that you, ma'am or sir, should be doing this hour. You know what it is. You know exactly what it is. And so my hope and prayer is that you do his will this hour, those tasks, those assignments, the things you love that he put inside your spirit person long before you got here. The Father put something in each and every brother and sister that's in the chat that's walking around on the earth. He put something in you. That's great. Sister brought the precept earlier. I'm going to harken back to it. He said, greater works than these ye shall do. So in your mind, you should be prepared, be preparing and doing the greater works. This hour. This is the greatest time. Right now, this is the greatest time. If you see the construct folding and falling apart, and you see the Western construct folding and falling apart, then you should say to yourself, with change comes opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to do great things, not just for me, Brother C, but great things for my people. The great things that the Father put in me to bring forth to this earth. I know who the greatest folks on the planet are right now. The Israelites. I know the greatest superpower on the earth right now, and this sounds crazy as hell. The hate is thick. The hate is thick all over the earth for us. Everybody, people that look like you hate you, people that don't look like you hate you, and you can feel it in the air. You can taste it that something is about to happen, and it's not about to happen, it's happening. But what's happening is the Father playing chess against everybody that have touched the apple of his eye. What's happening in Mississippi is a direct result of how they treated your people. Now, Turkey, I don't know who those people are, to be honest with you. I believe Erdogan to be, I think he's related to the fuse, but that's a different conversation. I do know that the Ukrainians, that's the fuse second home. And when they get sacked in that land that they're in now, which they're about to get sacked, that's where they're going to run to. Even money. Even money, when they get sacked, that's where they're gonna run to. So now I'm gonna move on to let's see here. Y'all seeing what's happening, and that's a great thing. I'm gonna keep on putting up these comments because they're awesome. Even our hair praise the Most High. That's right. That your hair has antennas. There's no doubt about that. Able to transmit information, which is probably why he don't want you cutting your beard. You have even double more hair, but that's a different conversation. Buffalo, New York. The college I work for is failing financially, and Gentiles are scared. Building docks to capitalize in the luxury cruise industry. We know this is preparation for our second exit. That's right. Be prepared. Be prepared and start getting busy. Start cultivating the things that you want, that the Father's putting you to do. Start cultivating those things. Let's see here. I have a huge curly fro. You get that hatred all the time. I bet you. Well, no, sis, you get that hatred because you're a troublemaker. You and this one right here is both trouble. You a troublemaker. Y'all both troublemakers. That's why y'all get what y'all get. That's why the heathen be on y'all heads, so y'all be causing trouble. Let's see, the Most High. All praise the Most High. No, that's right. Let's see, the only hair that grow up giving glory to the Father. That's right. That's right. The Father done separated you out of everybody on the whole earth. Famines, fires, floods, plagues, the four horsemen of the apocalypse around it. Yes, they are. But who's been telling you what it is? See, white evangelicals who's been controlling the narrative all over the earth about the book have been saying you're gonna get raptured up like Charlie Brown and them with the Great Pumpkin and Santa Claus and Loch Ness Monster. You get to go away in heaven and be with some mythical entity. They think that you did all the heinous acts, all can cause all hell on earth, done disrupted, you done subverted not only whole household, you done subverted whole nations. And then you get to escape. You treated the apple of the Father's eye like boo-boo, and then you get to escape into a heavenly existence when you've been living deliciously on the earth. Somebody is that somewhere in the book. And then you get to disappear and automatically be gone. Yeah, okay. I'm asking, ask a Christian, when rapture? Ask Brother Berean, when rapture? When is that mythical thing gonna happen? When you gonna get taken up out of here where you can go, where you get caught up in the air? When the book ain't talking, you gotta jump through a lot of hoops to get the rapture in the book to begin with. Not to mention there's no Christians in the book. That's not your book, Christianity. Ain't got nothing to do with you. The book ain't got nothing to do with the Christian. How the book has something to do with the Christian when they tell you to do not what the Father said to do? The law is done away with. White man said that, came that, and then he pawned that off in his school of cemeteries. The cemetery schools teach you tell them Negroes that the law is done away with. And guess what? You parrot that foolishness, and now you got Christian lights, which is a phony baloney Christian Israelite. If you run around talking about you a Christian, you're Israelite, you're not saved and you're not an Israelite. Stop it. Embrace it. If you're going to embrace your culture, embrace your culture. And stop running around playing church, playing Christianity. Stop fooling with that bastardized religion. The 45,000 different denominations of damnable doctrine and heresies. The Father gave Moshe something, and he said he'd never change. And yet you talk about, oh yeah, it's okay for us to not do what he says. But then you say you love him on the other hand. But then you say, I don't have to listen to him. Stop it. Let's keep going. I'm yelling at y'all. I apologize. I'm seeing Pharaoh's magicians being confounded by the captains. You know what? JPM, that's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. That's so on point. Abba Yah is destroying their money. Their gold is moth-eaten. That's right. And it's hard to moth-eat gold. I done fooled with gold. I got 2 kilns in my garage right now. I could take gold, copper, palladium, platinum, and heat it up into the melt. You can't do that on your stove, and don't even try because it don't get hot enough. The melting point of AU, I think it's 2,000 something degrees Fahrenheit. The melting point, I forgot all these formulas now, all of these things now. The melting point of silver, I think, is 1961, something like that. 1900 degrees. Your oven don't get that hot. They money ain't worth nothing. Dollar bills that you got when they talk about, and that's another fascinating thing. We talk about that too. We talk about that money, that SVB, that bank thing. I know I done said to y'all before that the banking system, there's no such thing as money with these banks. It's all zeros and ones. If I got a bank, we got the bank of your brother C right now. If I want, if Sharon O, Darlene Franklin, and Latanya Mitchell need some money to do their business, and I know them, guess what I do? We at the bank of your brother C, and they come to the bank of the brother C. They don't even have to come. They say, "Hey, brother C, we need some money." I'll say, "How much y'all need?" Latanya Mitchell say she need $1 billion. Darlene Franklin, Ben Papa, she need about $5 billion, and Sharon O need about $4 billion. Right? So what do? I'm the bank of Cleo. Only thing I do is this: enter. There you go, Latanya. Pressing on my keyboard. Enter. There you go, Darlene Franklin. Sharon O. Press enter. Okay, y'all got your money. Go get busy. Make sure you bring me back something. Bring me back some points on that money that I gave you. Now, what just transpired? Only thing I did was typed up on the keyboard, said I'm sending Latonya Mitchell, Darlene Franklin, Sharon O. I just sent y'all billions of dollars and y'all got it in y'all account. Did a Brinks truck pull up to y'all and say, okay, here go that billion for you? No. When they do qualitative easing, what are they doing? When they say they infuse so much money into the system, what are they doing? That's a lie that they tell you. Only thing they're doing is this. I'm typing on my keyboard. Press enter. There you go. Now it's infused. There's never nothing, that transaction that takes place. So therefore, you can dismiss me with all the lies and frivolity and made up stuff that you come with. Because there is no such thing as money. I mean, there is such thing as money, but it's not with this fraudulent Rothschild five son, Mayor Rothschild five son configuration of madness, where you got the debit and credit system that's false and fake and fraudulent. How you have a system? Here's the interesting thing. How you have a system where the people who have, they're the only ones that prosper, and the people who are struggling, they make it harder for you to get. Like, for instance, here's an example. Like, for instance, if you have bad credit, it's harder for you to get credit. And then when you get it, they charge you more. If you got great credit, they charge you less because they say you're less of a risk. And I'm like, okay, so this whole construct is geared towards not to keep everybody pressed down, but it's really geared to keep you pressed down. You, the Israelites. That's what it's geared for. And it's not geared for nothing else. I see all the great comments in the comments section. I'm seeing y'all. I must go ahead and scroll forward, man. Y'all blazing it. This is what I want you to do, fam. I want you to point your family back to the chat. I want you to point your family, go tell your family and friends to not only just listen, but it's important to read the comments in the chat. What I do when I watch a YouTube video, I may or may not watch that video. What I may do is I may turn the video, put the video on mute or put it on pause, and I'll go through and read the comments. Why do I do that? Because there's some of the greatest commentary in the history of man in all of our chats. And you don't have to just do that with Salt of the Earth, your family's chats, but you could do that with other people's chats as well. That 1% who holds all the world's wealth is going to turn to 1,000 when judgment comes. That's right. That's right. They have something coming to them, and the great thing is that those people who are at that level know what's coming to them. And those are the same people that they still have some of our records that we haven't had access to. The Bible isn't our only record, fam. But the Father did leave us a great breadcrumb in the Bible. He certainly did, and the apocryphal books, the extra biblical books, and all of the information that He's left us. He's left us enough information where we could get back to Him, because that's what it's all about anyway, getting back to Him. It's not about nothing else. If you think it's about something else, then you should go run back to Christianity and stay there. The awakening is about getting back to the Father. They done took woke from you and made it a bad word. And that all started with white evangelicals. That all started with them. The trumpets and the maggots. That's funny, ain't it? The trumpets and the maggots. Put it all in motion. The white evangelicals. So now be careful of who you call your brother. Be careful of who you call your brother. My brothers and sisters are right here in this chat right now. And there's enough of y'all. I don't need nobody else to do nothing. Darlene Franklin is a great businesswoman. I could get with Darlene Franklin. We could build something fantastic. Not for this construct, but for the kingdom. Don't get it twisted. Nothing we talk about building is for this construct. And if you're talking about building something, you should be talking about taking over something. You should be talking about taking over an industry. Not just being a participant in an industry. Not just working for somebody else. Great as you are, you talking about, oh, I need to link up with, no, you don't need to link up with nobody. You need to link up with your brothers and sisters. Period. I don't need nobody to build nothing. I don't need to fuse. I don't need no heathens. I don't need Ham. I don't need no Abobite. I don't need an Ishmaelite, and I don't need their money. Because guess what? The Father done put in each and every one of you great abilities, great capabilities, great ideas that He wants you to manifest and bring forth. And as you're doing that, He's going to fully furnish you with everything that you need. You're not going to be lacking of nothing. Good sister says they started by putting the truth in movies, the media, the news, and cartoons. Yep. It's been in front of your face all along. Didn't even see it. Been in front of your face all along. And you didn't even see it. How could this is look, check this question out right here. Chris Love said, how can being woke be bad? They will call evil good and good evil. Shalom. I say all praise to the Father for that comment. You need your eyes open to walk, drive, to see where you are going. So how can that be bad? That's absolutely rubbish. You're absolutely correct, sis. You are 100%, 1000% correct. How could your being awakened right now, this hour, the awakening, because that's really what they want to come at, but they don't want to say it openly. They don't want to say it's not about you being woke, and it's not about them lumping our awakening with everything else, but that's what they've been trying to do. Lump the awakening with all the bunch of foolishness, with transgenderism, with all this LGBT, with all of this other left-handed stuff, politics. Lump it up with that, and make you the villain. Up next, you the villain. Notorious Hebrew, you the villain. Period. Y'all the villain. What's up, Set Apart Heart? Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Natalie Focus, y'all. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Shalom to you. Hope all is well. How could being awake be bad? How could you being awake and be bad? You see the trickery that they do? That's straight. That's witchcraft. That's sorcery. They play sorcery on people's mind, and now right now these people's mind, they are itching. They're itching to get at you right now. They are itching to get at you. They want to get at you so bad, it's not even funny. You can feel it too. You can feel it too. That's why when you are out and about and when you are wherever you are, be prepared and be on the lookout, because they itching to get at you. They want to get at you so bad. They just can't wait. And then with this entity and I'm not blaming Trump. I'm not blaming Trump for anything because their DNA was prior to Trump. What they've got in their DNA was long before the trumpets. Let's get back to the destruction. There was a tornado in Los Angeles County 3 days ago. That's right, I saw that. That was fascinating. What it wasn't Montclair. I'm in California. Uh, I'm here, and like I always say, California is overrated. It's not anything like how they portray. It's not. It's nothing like that. It's expensive as hell, and it's wicked as hell. Two things that you don't need to be around. That's why I can't wait till we can get into our own place where we can worship the Father in spirit and in truth, where we could start building amongst ourselves. Can you imagine the technological stuff that comes out of us getting together? The advancements that will happen. Hell, we built the Western construct. Surely we could build more than this wicked construct. This was built on your backs with your ingenuity. Wasn't built with nobody else on nobody else's backs and ingenuity but yours. You built this construct. You did. Your labor built it, which is why we need to leave with great substance. We tired of being here? Yes, we want out. So give us what you owe us, and then you could leave, make us say, okay, y'all need to get out of here. Like when they end the party, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. We want to get the hell out of here. We want to go and do our own thing without y'all. That's another thing that they do. They try to always infuse themselves. Always try to infuse themselves into our business, wanting to get in, wanting to know, hey, what are those Israelites doing over there? Yeah, we need to go find out because we don't want them to manufacture something that's going to preempt our business. What are those Israelites doing? Go over there and sneak and find out. Go see what you can understand what they're doing. COINTELPRO, go find out. We need to make sure that they're not getting together and conspiring. Because you know what'll happen. We'll have another 60s on our hands. We don't need to have a black messiah. We don't need that, Jericho Hoover. We don't need the black messiah thing. There's no one entity that's no black messiah. You got brothers all over the diaspora that's tight. And sisters. You got Harriet Tubmans. You got Nat Turners all over the earth right now. All over the earth. Former descendants of slaves. That's going to be running shop. Ain't that something? Shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Hope you have been well, sis. Hope your sister's been well too. Mary Yah. Omeya Yakita. Peace and blessings to you, sis. Tell your sister I said shalom. And tell her she better jump back on the next chance she get. Or else I'm going to send her an email and cuss her out. Yeah, we touched on we had a tornado with destruction in Georgia. Keep an eye on when something happens over the earth. I said it once, I'll say it again. Something happens on the earth is judgment on the earth. And it's judgment on the earth for a particular reason. Psalms 83. How did you treat? You have to ask yourself, if I'm a nation, I'm asking myself, how do we treat the Israelites? And I'm not talking about the feud. You have to ask yourself a question. How did you treat the Israelites? Because how you treated the Israelites is going to be the level of punishment that you get. How did you treat the dispersed? Everybody on the earth now know that y'all running around. They see one of y'all wearing a beard. They see y'all head wrap. The sisters, they say, oh, is you a Muslim? They can run around with their beard down to their foot like Rip Van Winkle. Nobody say a damn thing. But as soon as you rock a beard and it start getting long, they be looking at you like, is this guy one of those? Is he one of those terrorist Muslim fanatic guys? Niggers don't wear beards like that. This guy must be a terrorist. Keep an eye on him, Bob. That guy there. Guy there, goddamn terrorist. No, we just getting back to our culture, sir. That's why we rock these beards like this. We're getting back to our culture. We're getting back to what it says in the book. We ain't trying to be no Duck Dynasty. None of that foolishness that y'all doing. We do this because it's part of our culture. And that's the greatest fear that they have, is you getting back to your culture. Because once you said we get back to your culture, what happened on the earth? What happened on the earth when y'all said, y'all, we get back to our culture? It's like after the awakening trigger was a triggering mechanism for judgment all over the earth. So when you see judgment happening in your neighborhood, in your area, just get out the way. Let the Father do. Well, we can't stop what the Father do it anyway. But just watch it happen and just know, y'all already know. Who been sounding the alarm? The Israelites. Who been telling you what's going to happen, and it's been happening? The Israelites. The Israelites haven't been prophesied. The Israelites just been reading from what the book says. As it is written. The only ones on the whole earth that's been reading as it is written. And guess what? It's been coming to pass. If you don't believe it, go back and look at the second Exodus videos. That's on this timeline from Salt of the Earth that the Father gave, the information that the Father gave these brothers to put down. Go look at the catalog. The heathen getting it coming back for us left and right. And all praise to the Father for it. That lets you know that the book is true. Book ain't no joke. You see the judgment on the heathen? Yeah, that's the Father doing what he said he was going to do. As it is written. The second Exodus in 400 years, putting that information down. Where did you get that in? Did you get that information out the church? Did your pastor tell you that information? The pastor wasn't even educated enough to tell you that you was Israelite. How the hell he gonna rightfully divide a newspaper? A white evangelical can't even rightfully divide a comic book. You mean to tell me he gonna be able to rightfully divide our book? Come on now, stop that. So now we're gonna talk about some other stuff. But yes, keep in mind that these things that are happening over the earth, California specifically, LA was the only place I visited where I was ready to come back to home to Texas. Yeah, I tell you what, I got famo, and I got dear friends that have moved out there to Texas. A lot of our people is there. It's good to be where a lot of your people are right now. I'm gonna say that because you could potentially build some great things. California is way overrated. I must say that, and I'm born, raised, and bred here. I don't hate it. I don't like it either because I know that there's something bigger, greater, and better for our people somewhere else. And so I'm not attached to no West Coast. I'm not attached to, oh yeah, I'm from here, I'm from there. I'm disattached from that. I'm more attached to my people as a nation that's been in the snakes. And then I need to connect with them wherever they at. You're in Texas. They're my people there. I love them. Yes, sir. My people in Florida, Georgia, Arizona, New York, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas. I got family in all them states. Love my family wherever you at. South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever my people's at. That's who I'm concerned with. That's who I'm gonna rock out with first. And I'm gonna rock out with my family that's dispersed all over there. My family in the UK, my family in Jamaica, my family in Trinidad, My family in South America, my family in Mexico. Not no fake Ishkar, Issachar, because that's not Issachar. That's a different conversation though. 12 tribe chart, we don't prescribe to. Not real. See here, let's keep up some of these comments. They know once we leave them, they will be no more. That's right. According to the book, he gonna judge. He gonna judge somebody. Somebody gonna get judged, and somebody gonna leave. Tell me that's not parallel to what happened in Exodus 1. Somebody get that precept where they say you're gonna forget about the first Exodus because the second Exodus is gonna be so great. Yeah, the second Exodus is gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic because he has to pull the scattered from all across the earth. And that event was not 1948 Balfour Declaration. He pulling you back from all where he scattered you all over the earth. He got to bring you into a land and fully furnish you. Tell me that's not greater than Exodus 1. Exodus 1, y'all all left out together. Tell me that's not parallel. Our plight isn't parallel. Our plight is parallel because we're repeating what the same thing that our ancestors did. But it's different though. It's different because it's greater because we're so dispersed. He got to pull people from every nation on the earth. Our people is there. That's a major task. It's not just about bringing the brothers back from the snakes or Canada or from the islands, the Caribbean. We got family all over the place. Quiet as kept. There was 51% of the slaves, the so-called transatlantics, landed in Brazil. So you got a whole big old giant contingent of our people. And as soon as they get judged, and then we leave. And that's the phase that we're in. We're seeing judgment, folks. We're seeing it in real time. And it's a beautiful thing that the book is true and that the book is real. It's a beautiful thing where my family, we can get together and we can discuss the things of the book, and then we can move forward by doing the will of our Father. That's what it's all about, fam. It's not about me getting on the mic yelling at y'all, screaming and hollering at y'all. I need to harken back. It's all about you doing the Father's will. And if you're not doing it, brother C, look in the mirror and ask him, Father, please give me the energy, the strength to be able to do what it is that you put inside of me to do. Y'all know the precepts about the 5 talents, the 3 talents, and the 1 talent. Don't bury your gift that the Father gave you. You know what it is. You know exactly what the Father done spoke to every one of y'all. Said, hey, I want you to do this on the earth, and I want you to do it now. No, wait, I want you to do this, that, and a third on the earth today. Well, Father, I don't have the capabilities. I want you to do this, that, and the third on the earth. If the Father gave you something to do, you must believe that He's going to fully furnish you to fulfill everything that He gave you to do. Now the question is, do you believe Him? Do you take Him at His word to fully furnish you? Why would a father say, okay, I want you to go build this? Okay, Father, you want me to go build that, but I don't have any money. Let's look back at Noah's Ark. Father said, I want you to do this. And he went and did it. What if he hadn't have done it? He didn't know nothing about nothing of what he was doing or none of what he was hearing, but he was obedient. So now the question becomes, fam, are you obedient? Because it's one thing to understand that the heathen is getting judged and the heathen they're getting their head cracked open. But are you being obedient to the Father? No, I'm not going to ask you that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, fam. I'm going to put it on me. Brother C, are you being obedient to the Father? Are you? Because that's what it's all about. you say you're doing the Father's will, then do it. The Father's will is not no mythical puzzle. It's not anything deep. It's not deep thinking. It's not anything like that. The Father's will is the Father's will for your life. And doing the Father's will requires what He put in your life, your spirit person, and bringing those things forth. That's doing the Father's will. Being LSC is because you love Him. And that's book. That's doing His will also. Teaching others to be LSC and do LSC. That's book. Because you don't want to be one of those that did otherwise. And for those of you that don't know who LSC is, those of you who are new, LSC is just simply the law, statutes, and commandments from the Father. Starting with what He gave our ancestor, Moshe. All the way down to what He's given Mashiach. Because quiet is kept. I'm going to ask a question. Put a one up if you know that Mashiach was the Word. Books say in the beginning was the Word. Books say the Word was manifest flesh. Now, if Mashiach is the Word, what makes Him any different than the law, statutes, and commandments? How many of y'all know that Mashiach is the law, statutes, and commandments? Mashiach is LSC. We've proven that time and time again. And he is 1000% LSC. He said he came to do the will of the Father. Mashiach is those law, statutes, and commandments. He's the law, statutes, and commandments that was made flesh, that dwelled among men. An entity. Mashiach is an entity that was made flesh, that dwelt among men, and He is the written, the spoken, the living Word. When the Father took His finger and wrote on that stone tablets and gave it to Moshe, that was He wrote Mashiach. And pointing you back, how you gonna get back to the Father? How do you get back to the Father this day? Somebody get that precept where it say, fear the Father and keep His commandments, for this is what? The whole duty of man. How could Mashiach say that He is the way, the truth, and the light if He wasn't the written word? If He wasn't the spoken word that was made flesh? If He wasn't that? See, that's what Christianity gets it twisted. They don't understand that Mashiach is the law, statutes, and commandments. They try to separate the two and try to say it's about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It's about the stained glass. Try to separate you away from the Father, when the only way that you can get back to the Father is through His Son. And His Son is LSC. That got to make sense to somebody out there. That makes sense? I don't know. I'm neck talking. Let's get back to the conversation that we have. So I see y'all been blazing, and I've been running my mouth. I'm going to put up a couple more, then I'm going to scroll down. Just how Jane Elliott said of her species that they created no religion. We know they stole all that they do and have from the chosen. That's right. Jane Elliott, she straddles the fence sometimes, but she's been known to say some truth about her ilk and her folk, which is a beautiful thing. It's good to have them that telling themselves, because what that does is that gives them no excuse. Because when they look at you, they say, okay, well, he's illiterate, he's dumb, she's a nigger. Niggers don't know anything. You know how they get that glazed look on their face, where you talk to them and it's like you talking down to them because they a child, they a child, and you got way more wisdom than them. I see it all the time because I'm the only spook in my office, but I'll be talking down to them because they be like coming to me with some of the most silliest and frivolous stuff known to man. But that's a different conversation. Messenger, shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Let's see here. Let's scroll down, see what we got. Let's keep going. Yeah, they do a lot. They do a lot, sis, and hold themselves guilty. Yeah, that ZZ Top beard. Yeah, that crazy foolishness. We rock our beards out because that's what the father say we should do. Then you got them hopping bobs. Yep, you got them ones that will sell their soul just so that they can get a pat on the head for the heathen. Ain't that something? You gonna sell your soul just so that you could get a pat on the head from the heathen. That's something. And then when you see your fam coming and you see what's happening with the fam and you holler at the fam, it's like, well, no, I can't do that. I'm over here with trying to be as close as I can with the heat. Let's see here. I'm in California. I love how beautiful it is. I know y'all have some gorgeous spots everywhere. I have no problem leaving this place behind. Yeah, and that's the paradox. California does have some beautiful vistas. I must say that. I'm not totally hating on where I'm from, and I'm born and raised here. I'm not totally hating on where I'm from, but there's something better, and I'm glad you take that stance, because there's something better for us somewhere. I'm gonna read Nature's Graffiti's precept, and y'all know I'm late, so please forgive me. Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Father, that it shall no more be, saith the Father liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. That's right. That's right. Let me continue reading. From all the lands whither he have driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So we get to go back home. We get to go back home. You should be looking forward to go back home. When it's going to happen, I'm not sure. Are we 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years away? I'm not sure. I don't have that, but I bet you this. I will bet you this. Book says no man knows the hour when Mashiach returns. Okay, but according to the war scrolls, we're a nation before Mashiach returns. And I don't believe that it's going to be a long time before we become a nation. And I'm hoping that I will see that. I'm definitely hoping that I will see that. Us becoming a nation, and I'm already seeing the signs of it. I'm seeing the signs of it because I can see how you not only rightfully divide truth, but you're getting back to your culture. You're crying out to your father, and you see prophecy being fulfilled. As you move and do something, the Gentiles do something, but over all of that is the Father moving both us and the Gentiles to where we're supposed to be. Do you believe that it's an accident that you're here in 2024? It's no accident that you're here. There's a reason why you're here in 2024. You are a living, breathing testimony and a testament against the nations. And you're a testimony and a testament to your people to tell them, hey, you know what? The Father is real. That book is real. Get back to him. Psalms 147:20. He hath not dealt so with any nation. So if he ain't dealt so with any nation, Germany, what you talking about? You the people of the book. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. You didn't go through the heinous of that we went through Gator Bay, Emmett Till, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice. You didn't go through that. You didn't go through Jim Crow. They shall afflict them for 400 years. Afflicted for 400 years. Who went through that? They have not dealt with you like that. Kevin Maxwell, appreciate you, bro. Who been dealt with like this? Who been dealt with like this precept right here? Psalms 147:20. Who knows the judgments of Deuteronomy? That's what they're talking about. Who knows the judgments of 28:15 through 68? Who knows them? Who fulfills them? I need to know. I don't know nothing about the book. Tell me who fulfilled them. That's where you're going to find the people of the book. Yeah, whoever fulfilled this precept, that's who the people in the book are. Ask somebody, well, when have you been under judgment? When have you been so brilliant that you've been under judgment that nothing you touch, everything you touch, turned to ash, wood, and stone? Tell me that. Well, Brother E.T., however, the days are coming, declare of the Father, when it will be no longer said, as surely as the Father lives who brought the Israelites out of Egypt. We read the precept earlier. Let's read this precept. Kevin Maxwell said, Matthew 24:7, for the nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes, and dire quakes. Nation rising against nation. Let's talk about that for a second. That's a great segue, Kevin Maxwell. I appreciate you, brother. Really do. And thanks for joining in. If I didn't shalom you earlier, shalom to you, brother. Nation rising against nation reminds me of what's happening in the Ukraine, right? The white on white crime that's taking place in the Ukraine. And see, this is what we have more so than what anybody has. Not only can we rightfully divide, we can point to you and tell you, well, this is where this at is in the book. Nation rising against nation. Ukraine and Russia getting down. All praise to the Father. White on right crying is a good thing. I'm happy for it. Yeah, let's go Russia. Let's go Russia. Let's go Russia. That's right. Let's keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Doing an excellent job. Keep going, Russia. Do fulfill your role. Father, moving the board like chess pieces. I'm grateful. The only thing I'm mad about with Ukraine and Russia is that my tax dollars get to go into the president of Ukraine and them and Biden in them pocket. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Yeah, them trillions of dollars, which they should have already given to y'all and told y'all to get the hell out of Dodge. Different conversation, but related. They could have been giving y'all that money and say, okay, y'all niggers get the hell out of here. We don't want to see y'all again. Get them out of here. Right? They giving all that money to the Ukrainians. And not only that, but they bringing them enemy combatants here. They have brought all those Ukrainians here, and those Ukrainians hate your guts. But guess what the crazy thing is, though? Do y'all know who them Ukrainians are? Them Ukrainians is fews. The head of Ukraine is a few. And George Soros is a few also. George Soros, y'all heard of him, right? George Soros. So now y'all done already told me how this relates to Bible prophecy, nation rising against nation. They talking about World War III, and America been going to every country, deconstructing every country, putting a puppet up in every country all over the earth. You've been at war since time immemorial. There's never been a time in history where there hasn't been a war where you haven't been fighting. How are we just now in World War III? Somebody explain that to me. Anytime I hear they talk about World War III, I say, ain't we on like World War X by now? Or 20 or 30? Because there's never been a time of peace on the earth. America, UK. What you did to Archipelago is a travesty. You did the same thing in Asia, did the same thing in South America. So tell me, when has there ever been peace on the earth? You talk about world war. Why is it a world war? Because America in it? Well, America destroyed, deconstructed those 5 nations in the so-called Middle East on purpose. That was the plan. Nation rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This person want to fight against that person. A lot of infighting. But you know what, though? We noticed the infighting a decade and a half ago, saying that, well, hey, there's infighting going on against with these people. They're going to wind up destroying themselves, fulfilling prophecy. We was talking about that a long time ago, about the infighting amongst the heathen nations. And that's how it's spilling out. Make no mistake about it. I don't give a damn about Putin or Biden. They both my enemies. Let's get that clear. I'll say it again. I don't give a damn about Putin or Biden. Both of them cats is my enemies. Now one of them is for my turn. What they've been talking about, what's been in the news, inflation. Everything gonna be expensive. We not gonna have no food. They done blowed up. Y'all don't know if y'all keep up with the news or not, but they done blowed up a lot of food processing plants in the United States of America. Not only that, but they have culled a lot of chickens in the United States of America. That's why your eggs cost $500 million a dozen. A lot of this is just a father moving his pieces around. That's all that you seeing. And we are able to rightfully divide, and we able to see it before it even come down. It's not no mistake that they acting a monkey fool because of Trump. They blame that on Trump. You blame it on Trump because Trump, hail Hitler, he allow you to be who you are. That's great and beautiful. You allow to be who you are. And when the Father destroy you for being who you are, so be it. I'm not sending Ukraine. I'm not feeling sorry for Ukraine. I pray Psalms 109 for Ukraine, Russia, Biden in them, Trump in them, any heathen that you can name. Macron, Germany, France, Italy, all of them. Psalm 109, get it. Father, get them. That's the prayer that we got for them. Let's get back to it. Now, I got a question for you. The destruction of the West. And I know we've already answered this, but this is a question I have on my list. I'm gonna put it up. We're gonna talk about it for a second. How is the destruction of the West tied to the second Exodus? I'm gonna go ahead and put that up. I want you guys to think about that. How is the destruction of the West tied to the second Exodus? Hey, y'all taking them borders? I come from some country folk. We got food growing, ghost chickens, and a network of people. That's what's happening. I need to tap into that. Send an email to saltoftheearth@gmail.com. Where the banner? Let me throw the banner up. Just for y'all, let's take a stop off for a second. There's the banner. Send us an email if you want us to do a prayer for you, and the brothers will pray for you. And also, if you have something going on in your life and you want to talk about it, you can go ahead and send us an email and we'll chat with you and talk about it. And hopefully the Father will be in the midst of that conversation. Also, if you want to support us, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and go to sotepp.com and pick up some merchandise. And then if you really want to support me, because we're trying to get some money for the building fund and we need a Trinity offering, you can send that Trinity offering to brotherc@google.gmail.com, right? And then you make sure that you send the Trinity offering. Don't send 10%. You need to send 10% for the Father. You need to send 10% for the Son and 10% for the Holy Ghost. That means you need to send 30%. That's a true Trinity offering. So that I could get a private jet, not a private jet, so that we could get the building fund going. You know, that's what it's about. So y'all go ahead and send an email to us and go ahead and please support the channel when you can. By all means, it's not mandatory, but it would be good. It will also be good if some of y'all even jump on the live and mention and discuss what's going on, what you see going on with the fam. I like to hear from y'all live. And it's always good when the family jumps on live. And I know some of y'all shy and some of y'all scared and this, that, and the third. But I just put the link up. Y'all could go ahead and jump on and And speak with you, brother. See, I speak to the family. This brother here say he got 2 pence for the building fund. Hey, man, come on, man. If I was Creflo Dollar, you'd be like, oh, man, I feel warm and tingly in my spirit. I must commit 50% of my earnings and winnings to Solid the Earth Productions so that they could get the building fund. What's good, brother Najee? Shalom, family. Hope you well, brother. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Hope you've been well. Let's get back to the get back. I put a question up, and I asked the question. Where did I put it? I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, okay. Yeah, here it is. I want to go back to this. Destruction of the West. Is it tied to the second Exodus? What fam? What do you guys think about that? Because we know the destructions that happen. We can continue to talk about what we see and how it relates to biblical prophecy, because you guys are great biblical students. And so I think that this is fitting. Jimmy Gilliam, shalom, peace and blessings to you, brother. The day of the Gentiles being fulfilled. Okay. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Idaho governor signs firing squad execution bill into law. Curial Live One, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Any laws or anything that's made up or constructed, it's always for you and to happen to you. And I don't know, I'm preaching to the choir. I know we all know that. But any laws that are being enacted, constructed, and written is either to mitigate, minimize, or put you in a box. So when you sign a firing squad bill, that means that you want to shoot on channel 0. We always say, hey man, you need to put these executions when these people do these heinous acts on channel 0 and show it to everybody so that they can see it. And that'll prevent you from jumping out the window doing dumb stuff. But the only person that they will be really putting in front of firing squad would be people that look like us. This ain't nothing but another law to put Israelites in a box. One thing is for sure, as long as the Most High chosen is on the earth. That's right. Let's see. How does the Ukraine have a 1948 as president, but is also filled with Nazis? Make it make sense. Exactly up next. Exactly. Here's a bigger question. How is it that the president of the United States is linked with these people, but Putin saying, hey, he want to root out all the Nazis? And your nation is linked up with these so-called Nazis and bringing them over here. How does this whole thing make any kind of sense at all? It's like what Putin was saying about them is going in one ear and out the other. Putin say, okay, you know what, I'm trying to root out the Nazis. Azov Regiment, Azov Battalion, and all those Nazi clickers and consortiums and setups that they got in the Ukraine have been operating in the Ukraine. Now they operating here in the snakes. Biden has had relationship with these Nazis. Ain't nobody saying that. Well, Biden, if I seen Biden, well, Biden, why you got relationship with Nazis in the Ukraine, sir? And how is the president of the Ukraine linked up with the Nazis? Born, bred, died in the wool, staunch white supremacists. Died in the wool. Joy 31608. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you in a minute. Well, I haven't been on in a minute, brother. See, so what you talking about? All this destruction equals evil on their minds. That's right. That's all they do. That is all they are good for. Like they father, to kill, steal, and destroy. Well, what's your track record? What is your track record on the earth, heathen? What is your track record on the earth, Christianity? What's your track record? What have you done? You say you took the Bible all over the earth. That's a lie, because the Bible was already all over the earth before you was a nation. That's one of the lies white evangelicals tell. Oh yeah, our nation brought Christianity over the earth. Okay, is that you supposed to get a pat on the back for that foolishness? You brought foolishness, tomfoolery all over the earth. You supposed to get a pat on the back for that? You brought your dumbass religion all over the earth. You supposed to get a pat on the back for that? You didn't bring the book over there because the book was already over there before you was a nation. You hear silly American evangelicals, white evangelicals saying that same spiel, talking about, oh yeah, we brought Christianity over the nation. At the same time, you was destroying and deconstructing that nation. You look at anywhere where these missionaries have been, where they set up shop. What has been their mission? Not to set up no dumbass religion, but it's to go there to kill, steal, and destroy a bunch of pedophiles. Yep. You have done no good with your conquering religion. Yeah, they think that's they look at themselves in the mirror and talk about, well, we brought Christianity over the world. Okay. How is that a good thing? You brought some made up, fantastic, mythical entity. Christianity is a made up, fantastic, mythical entity that's not even in the book. Christianity is not in the Bible anywhere. That phony made up bastard religion with 50,000, 45 to $50,000 different not dollars, 45,000, 50,000 different denominations. And then they say, oh yeah, Israelites, they don't agree on those black Hebrew Israelites, those niggers, they got so many different beliefs, they don't agree. I bet you ain't got 45,000 different beliefs. I bet you ain't got 100 different beliefs. I bet you could split our hairs into probably 15, maybe 20 different things. Maybe, if you're lucky. That's a far cry from 50,000, sir, ma'am. Far cry. That's the only thing they know, Anonymous. That's it, and that's all. Yeah, and he about to load up some new goods. He about to load up some new goodies. And I'm gonna be happy when NATO get involved. And I'm gonna be happy when he smoked Poland too. You see how Poland was treating them Africans when they was trying to get out of the Ukraines? When them Africans was trying to get out of the Ukraine, they was like, oh no, nigga, you're not, oh no, you're not getting on the bus. We're gonna let these animals get on the bus. You sit your monkey ass over here and die. They was putting animals on the bus before they put them Africans on the bus. And I don't know if them was our people or not. I just call them Africans because that's the land where they from. And I don't hate Africans. I'm gonna say that on record. I don't hate Africans. I don't. Even though they did heinous to us, they listed in Psalms 83. I don't hate them. And they come over here and spit on brothers. That's fine. You come over here and spit on brothers here. But you brothers that's here in the snakes, that's been here, that's born here, you need to close ranks. And we doing that. Putin bombing them to oblivion. Putin is getting ready to open up the spigot because now the winter's over. You got about he getting ready to open up some new fireworks on their ass, which is a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. It's good, brother Najee. Good to see you, brother. Let's see here. There will never be a shortage of anything we need. That's right. The Father gonna fully furnish us, and he gonna keep us. Yes, he is. Did you trust somewhere somebody get that precept where it say you would never be begging for his people would never be begging for bread? That's in the book somewhere. I know that's in there. And he put that in there for us this hour. See, Sharon L says, and brother, see the Caribbean governments carrying our enemies' agendas. Pray for the people of Caribbean. That's right. Our people that's in the Caribbean, I pray that the Father awaken y'all so that y'all be able to govern yourselves and be able to do for yourselves as opposed to waiting for your governments, and that the leaders don't sell out. That the leaders don't be compromised by COINTELPRO, and that they don't sell out, and that they understand that you've been put in a position by the Father to do his bidding, whether you like it or not. All of us, whether we like it or not, is going to do the Father's will, whether we like it or not. Brother C, what do you mean? Well, he say he control good and evil. He control both sides. He's the one that created Hegelian dialectic that the entities, that the heathen tries to imitate by saying, okay, I'm a fund this side and I'm a fund that side. I'm gonna let them do battle. then I'm gonna ride in like the white horse with the solution, and then I'm gonna break both sides off, and then I'm gonna take care of both sides so that they're financially, and then I'm gonna have to rebuild back up both sides. They got that. They got that from the Father. They stole the Father, and what they did was they bastardized it because they made it for all evil. Everything that the Father does is for the good of those that love Him according to the book, and that's us. Ezekiel 38:50, and thou shalt come from thy place out of the north part, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. That's from the book. All praise to the Father. Actual. Peace and blessings. Hope you are well. Hope all is well with you. If y'all haven't hit the like button, y'all need to go hit the like button. But more important than the like button, bring your family back to the videos and share with your family, not so that we can get likes and shares or anything goofy like that, so that they can hear the information and then also be able to push the information to the rest of our people, because our people, although they have been away, they need to hear that it's brothers that's not compromising on the book, but they need to hear that there are brothers out there that's got a backbone, that's not like, okay, we're going to turn the other cheek. You're not dealing with no brothers and sisters that's about, okay, you can slap the hell out of me and that's what it is. That's not, because that's not what it is. It's not what it is over here. It's being decimated now. Once we leave, it's gone. That's right. It's being brought down all the way down. Wait, hold on. Okay, you compare me to. I had this conversation yesterday with. I had a conversation yesterday with Banya. Building fund gets proceeds for decades with no building built like Umar Johnson's school. Well, I didn't say I was going to build it. I just said the building fund. I didn't say I was going to actually build a school. Umar Johnson jumped out the window 14 years ago, talking about he go build a school. And Umar Johnson hate Mashiach. That's probably why none of the visions that he ever had have ever come to pass. He did the Father put a vision in you, and then you will give it to some platform that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And oh yes, you do hate Mashiach. We know you do, and we see you. Your brother ain't got now school, been had that thing set up. He been running around collecting money and ain't built nothing. Not one thing he has built. And he thinks he's the greatest orator since sliced bread, which he is not. King Kong of consciousness, King Kong of pepperoni pizza. Death and destruction is always on their minds. Yeah, that's all they know. That's all they know. And they are really, really ramped up to go against you. Now, why do you say that? Okay, so check this out. Y'all heard the latest, and I need to touch on Turkey. Because that's been fascinating, that Turkey situation. Let's talk about the trumpets for a minute. Okay, so you guys all know that Trump, they're talking about indicting Trump and talking about having him go into prison. And Trump has been inciting these people. If you haven't seen the comments that he's made on his network, Truth Social, you may want to Google it and see some of the stuff he's been saying. Okay, now he's saying that if he gets arrested, it's going to be death and destruction, and that they're going to act a monkey fool. He also called the DA that's prosecuting him, in one of the DAs that's prosecuting him, the brother Bragg. He called him an animal, and people have been calling Bragg, talking about, hey, I'm going to kill you, threatening him, this, that, and the third. But here's what's interesting. Here's the interesting part about all of this, which is why they will always make you the face of something bad so that they can attack you. And it's not like they need that as a pretext, because they don't. So this part of the conversation is more anecdotal than anything else. If you look at all of the DAs that you have in the United States, if you look at all of the DAs that are prosecuting Trump, why is it that all of them happen to be so-called people that are so-called African Americans or that look like me and you? The three major cases that they have going on, and they have major cases going on, all three of those individuals are so-called African Americans, or so-called people, so-called African Americans, people that look like us. Now, is that by accident or is that by somebody's design? Alvin Bragg, Fannie Willis, and I forget the other one. Because he's potentially getting indicted for a whole lot of stuff, and I've been following it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one to never follow politics because I'm not part of the Republican Democrat paradigm. If you ask me, and I say this all the time, you got two wings of an evil ass bird. The left is wicked as hell, and the right is wicked as hell. You take a coin, you flip it. If heads is Republican, tails and Democrats, both times you lose. But if you look at the politics behind what we're seeing, and right now, the United States, and it's not that I hate to say it, because I'm praying for the destruction of this nation. But I'm also praying is that as the Father destroys this nation, that he spares the apple of his eye, that our people are not in harm's way like it was in the Civil War I. There is going to be a civil war in the United States of America, make no mistake about it. Don't put blinders on. Don't be under the impression that this thing is not going to happen. It's probably already happening, has been happening. We just haven't seen the trigger mechanism yet to make it be like just all out, just madness here in the snakes. But we like the dynamite is already filled up in the building. Only thing that we need is a match. And is Trump that match? I don't know if Trump is that match or not. But I can tell you this right now. The your enemy is waiting right now, and they can't wait to unleash what they think they're going to unleash upon you. There's two differences though between now and then, which is why they always enact these gun laws, which is why I always point you all back to Red Summer and the other video that we did. You need to know about Red Summer, and you need to know what was happening in the Civil War. Why? Because as we go forward in time, we're going back in time. They want to get back to the good old days. What were the good old days? Where they could call you a nigger, spit on you, beat the hell out of you with impunity. That's why they're enacting all these crazy hocus pocus laws. What they did, I believe, in the state of Mississippi was actually crazy. Um, they enacted and passed a bill where in Jackson, they got their own government, white government, and they're only a court for white people, which is to exclude all of the blacks, but then to control the politic in that area. Right now, the enemy is doing a lot of heinous things, and we are moving back into those times again. But there's a difference now. There's a major difference. Here's the major difference. One, we know who we are. We know exactly who we are. We know exactly who our Elohim is. We're not praying for this nation. We're not looking and asking for forgiveness. We didn't have that before. The missing component is knowing who you are. Once you found out who you were, everything starts falling into place, and then it starts making sense. And that's when destruction started happening. And that's when you start rolling back the clock. That's when time starts speeding up. Time wasn't going this fast before. We'll wake up, it'll be 2024. In 2024, you thought these last few years was gonna be something? That X that's happening over the snakes? Is that by design? Them eclipse X's? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That X with them eclipses over the snakes. The stars, the moon, the sun, everything in the heavens talk about this destruction and what's happening. What we see in the snakes, what we see going on in the snakes is fantastic. Getting back to that. These people want to wipe you off the face of the earth right now. Openly. They openly want a civil war. But they don't want to openly civil war. They want to openly be able to openly kill you. What did they do in Red Summer? They tried to they took away the guns of our people, and they kept their guns so that they could attack you and destroy you and kill you. Won't be able to do that now, though. Not possible to do that now. But here's the interesting thing, though, fam. I do not believe we should be prepared to lift a finger. But to be honest with you, the way the Father's moving right now, I don't really believe we're going to have to lift a finger. Ultimately, we're going to have to fight. Yes, I believe that. Once we become a nation, ultimately, we will be fighting the other nations. We're going to be rocking them, according to the war scrolls. But right now, yeah, we need to be able to protect ourselves. But I don't believe that we are going to have to lift a finger in this destruction. I think the best thing that we can do is get out of the way and let the Father's will be done. And we say, all praises to you, Father, Selah, so be it. And let him do what he's going to do. These nations are in his hands. You will notice that every time they enact these crazy laws, or if they do something heinous to our people, what I tend to do now is I tend to look for some destruction and devastation to happen in those areas. I look for it. When they say, oh, our brother got killed over there, they decapitated him and spread his body all over the place. Them people that was chasing them brother, he called his mom and said, hey, mom, these men is trying to kill me. She said, go to the police station. And he was never seen again. That happened in Mississippi. I truly believe that when you enact some laws and when you do something heinous to our people this hour, something destructive is going to happen to your land. Something destructive is going to happen to your people. You're not going to be able to explain it, but if you want to explain to you, the Israelites will be able to explain it to you, what happened and why. So this whole Trump thing and him getting indicted is attempting to be a pretext for them to act a monkey fool. That's why you need to be on guard. If evil comes your way, that you be able to serve it appropriately. Evil comes your way, you give it to them tenfold. Point blank. Evil comes your way, you stop them right in their tracks. You ain't gonna be we're not gonna be no sitting duck for nobody. This not Red Summer 2.0. This ain't Civil War 2.0. We was caught in the middle. That's why I want y'all to go to understand. Look at that video. Go back and understand what was happening in the Civil War #1. That's gonna give you some indication and clues. Go back and understand what happened in Red Summer. That's gonna give you some indication and clues how you should be moving this hour. How my sister Notorious Hebrew said they got a network. We ain't putting all our plans and all of our information over to YouTube. Why would we do that? That would be folly. I'm not telling you no plan over no YouTube. Come on now. What I look like? Don't believe the hype of your television shows that I'm ignorant, I'm stupid. Don't believe the hype that I'm lazy. Don't believe the hype that I don't got no brains in my head. Don't believe that. Well, you go ahead and believe it. It's gonna be shocking hard when you see me face to face, and he's not like that. When you see my brothers and sisters on the chat, they're not like that. They're far and above and beyond anything that you could ever imagine. Across the board, when it comes to anything, our people are in everything, every industry, within this empire. We behind the scenes in every industry getting busy. I'm living proof of that. the hidden ones. You could only imagine that all of these IPs, all of these stories that have been told, whether they be Marvel, whether they be comics, whether they be whatever. Who's behind them? Who's the one in the background doing the work? It's not going to shock me who it is. It'll shock most people. Oh yeah, there's brothers doing special effects, brothers doing 3D animation, brothers doing all this, that, and the third, and they behind the scenes, and nobody ever heard or knew about it. Don't think that you're the first one to come up with something, because more than likely our brothers is already doing it. The problem is that y'all don't know that they do. That's a whole different conversation for another KC. Whole different conversation. So getting back to the Trump thing and getting back to the original premise, it's a powder keg because this is how the Father set it up to be. The Father set this whole thing in action and in motion. And what we are witnessing the destruction of the Western construct. We are witnessing the destruction of heathen rule. And I'm so thankful for the Father and His Word, because His Word has not come back void yet. And His Word will continue to come to pass according to what He spoke into existence. The Father is a powerful entity. When He spoke and what He said, those frequencies are still traveling and still rotating and moving, and will do His purpose, whether it does it one time, whether it does it 10 times. That's why you have certain prophecies being fulfilled. It looks like, okay, well, that's a dual prophecy. Well, He spoke it once, He said it, and it's going to happen. That's not changing. That's not, you're not, there's nothing that the heathen can do that can stop their butt whoop. They touched the apple of His eye. Okay. Jerusalem, the burdensome stone. Who been fooling with Jerusalem and what the book says is going to happen to us? Somebody get that precept. Who been fooling with Jerusalem? And what I mean by Jerusalem, we talking about the people now, the kingdom, northern and southern kingdom together. Voltron. Who been fooling? Who been fooling with Israel? Who? It's amazing. Who been fooling with Israel? Who been messing with y'all? I'm scrolling through the chat and scrolling through all of the great comments that's in the chat. I'm so far behind y'all. Y'all have no idea. I'm so far behind. I'm gonna scroll through them. I'm not gonna put nothing up, but y'all keep on with the great commentary, and that's why I love KC, because y'all have some great information. Y'all be bringing it. I'm gonna put this one up next. And yet you got awakened Israelites calling themselves Christians, proud to be a Christian before being an Israelite. Most I call you Israelite. What's better than that? You're getting back to your culture, fulfilling what the book say. How many of y'all cry? I know y'all crying. I'll cry it out. Cry out to the Father. Tell me that's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, when you cry out to the Father and knowing when you read the book read different, cut different, and you go into Him saying, Father, will you please do this on our behalf? I'm an Israelite. Please do this on my behalf. I'm booked. I'm getting back to my culture. I'm getting back to LSC. When I say LSC, I'm saying Mashiach. Please don't get it twisted. Mashiach is the way, truth, and the life. Mashiach is the way, the truth, and the life. The truth is the law, statutes, and commandments. How is He any different than LSC? When the last time you got that kind of teaching, or somebody instructing you or telling you that Mashiach is LSC? Who told you that? An Israelite. Father done called you out of Christianity, and yet you trying to be a Christian light because you in fear. You trying to hang on. He said that either you be hot or cold, but you lukewarm. You're Israelite, you hot. Not hot with anger. You hot because you could slice and dice with the book. You hot that you doing the Father's will. You hot that you love the Father. You cold you talking about, oh yeah, I'm over here. I'm still speaking in tongues, but I ain't got no interpreter. And I'm still a Christian, but I'm an Israelite. Huh? Show me that in the book, sir or man. Show it to me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this Christianity is not in the book. So therefore, that side half of you is invalid. You're not even valid if you're talking about you're both. You might as well just say, okay, I forget about my culture. I'm still gonna do Christmas eggs and Easter trees, and we still gonna do Thanksgiving, and we still gonna celebrate the 4th that they lied, and we gonna still celebrate all they heinous act holidays. Matter of fact, I'm not even Irish, but I'm gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day. What foolishness is you doing? When you come under this culture, you got to lobotomize, you renew your mind. That's what it means by renewing of your mind. Constantly renewing of your mind. Close your eyes, you see stained glass. You see the zigzag man. You still worship at the cross? Where the book say you're supposed to do that at? You got these crosses in these churches, these stained glass in these churches. These people go, they call you up to the altar. They call you up to talk to a man. Where it say you're supposed to do that in the book? Show me it. Because we already know you got speaking in tongues wrong. Show me where you're supposed to do that in the book. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leadeth to life. That's right. That's why I call Christianity is the broad gate that leadeth to destruction. 2.2 billion Christian adherents. It's not a few. That's right. You got 50,000 different interpretations of the book. You probably got another 5 since we've been on. We've been on for 2 hours and 12 minutes, and you got another 5 denominations that's been born just today. You got a heathen talking about, you got one heathen talking about, you know what, I disagree with Bobby. What he said was wrong. I'm going to go start my own church. You got another one. Yeah, man. Brother Jerome was bringing some false stuff today, man. I don't agree with that. I'm going to go start my own church. Tell me that didn't happen on Sun God Day today. Every day you got these phony religions popping up sprang from Hasatan himself. At least five denominations that started today. I guarantee you. Guarantee you they done started. See, read the Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Wisdom of Solomon 5:3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, man, I want to bring this precept today. I was thinking about this precept before I even started the show. All praise the Father. Thank you, Father. You are awesome. Thank you. This was he whom we have sometimes had in derision and a proverb of a reproach. The Father said he would make you a proverb and a byword and an astonishment. Y'all the greatest people on the globe, and people are astonished and waiting for you to fulfill your role. Right now, people are waiting. Your own people, your own family are waiting for you to do the will so that they could be converted back to their culture. This is he whom we had sometimes in derision. You mean the former slaves as the Israelites? You mean these Negroes who we used to beat and feed as gator bait, and we used to skin alive and that some of us used to eat, and that we used to rape the men and the women? This the book, people? You mean the 1948s, the Rothschild Declaration people, the Balfour Declaration, them not Israel? You mean to tell me that the former slaves, these goddamn niggers is the Israelites? Come on, Bob. These guys can't not be the Israelites, Bob. Bobby, come on, man. It can't be. God damn it, it can't be them. Anybody but y'all. Kevin Maxwell, man, I was thinking about that. I was walking up the step, man. I was like, I need to find that precept. I need to find that precept where it talks about this is he whom we had sometimes in derision. All praises to you, Father. You are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. Look at this precept right here. Why you think that they don't come against you when you in their chat rooms or when you in their when you speaking like how I brought earlier? When you say stuff like poor for her double, when you bring them precepts like how the Israelites only Israelites can bring them like how we bring them, how they be silent and they don't speak against it. Because you know why? They fulfilling Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 3. The heathen is in anguish right now. They're in anguish because they know that their rule is coming to an end. And because their rule is coming to an end, they want to destroy as much as they can. There is so much stuff going on in the United States right now. Y'all got a scorecard. There's been so many train accidents. There's been, and the train accidents have been strategic. They've been firing on all of the the power stations, been destroying those. A lot of those have been coming under destruction. There's so much news that they don't even report the news. They like to keep you distracted with the stuff about LeBron James and now. The sports stuff, the NCAA tournament, the men's and women's basketball, which I'll participate in some of that. But let's not get it twisted. We need to keep our pulse upon what's happening locally and then share that with the family when we can. Keep your pulse on what's happening locally in your local area. Because these heathens are out of right now, they are out of control. And part of the reason is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 3. Everybody knows who you are inside the cat's out the bag. Whether they accept it or not, I give a damn if they say, oh yeah, they Israel. Oh no, they're not. Because I'm not one to really care about what a heathen thinks about me in that regard. And I'm not one to debate a heathen about who I am in that regard. Nor do I care about the heathen salvation. Only one group of people I care about, and that's the kingdom, and that's the book people. All of you in the chat, all of you that claim your culture, all of you that have got back to your culture, all of you that are telling your family members to get back to the book. That's who I care about. And I care about the ones that who aren't in their culture. I don't got nothing against Brother Berean. Nothing at all. That's my brother. Alton Johnson, I don't got nothing against him. Mike Holloway ain't got nothing against them. Never met them brothers to begin with. So first of all, I don't have nothing against them based on that. So what we have to do is we have to grow to a point whereas we're not offended by brothers being blinded and not getting angry by any time we see somebody saying something that's a dissenting view or in disagreement to what we believe or what we know to be true. I'm not following Richard Spencer. Only reason why I would listen to Richard Spencer and not get angry is to see what his angle is. Richard Spencer, David Duke, Joe Biden, Vladimir Putin, Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Mika Brzezinski, George Soros. I'll listen to my enemies just to understand what their position is, what they're saying. Donald Trump has signal boosted for the white supremacists to openly go out and openly wage war. But the war is openly waged against you. No matter how they politicize it, the open war will be an attempt against you. That's why you need to be praying that the Father stop them in their tracks and that He wipe most of them. I'm praying that He wipe most of them out before we even get to anything like that. And I'm being straight with y'all. And the Father is weakening them on all fronts. I hope they all got those injections. I hope 100% of them got those injections. Yep. I hope 100% the rest of the 100%, I hope they on fentanyl. And I hope they on they got a new drug out now. That's taking people off the earth. It's cut with fentanyl. It's trank. That's what it's called, trank. Dude up on the scene called trank. It's killing people, right? When you hear that, they say, "Oh, it gives me such a euphoric experience. It euphoria you straight to hell. Remove you. You go straight to Sheol after you do trank. Now, it's not playing. It's fentanyl, and I don't know if it's horse tranquilizer or whatever, but they call it trank. Removing people off of the earth. Let trank continue to run in our enemies' neighborhoods. Yes, sir. Let it continue. Selah, so be it. Let the infighting amongst our heathen enemies continue so that they destroy themselves. Selah, so be it. It's the Father's will. It's not my will. That's the Father's will that they destroy themselves. And I'm applauding them. Y'all keep doing a great job. Keep thumbs up. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. Well, my prayer also is that my people get out of the way and don't be involved in none of that mess, that you continue to move forward and build and do the will that the Father has given you individually. We talk about Turkey. I haven't talked about Turkey because I haven't been on. I'm gonna scroll down. We're gonna get into Turkey for a minute. And y'all been the commentary. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna have to do. What I always do is, and this is what I always do. I always go back because I miss so much of the commentary. I'll always go back and not listen to myself talk, but I'll go back and read the comments. And the comments, y'all be bombed. Philly is full of them Trank zombies. Trank is crazy. That's Banya will tell you, and I think I mentioned this before. Me and Banya was out when we was out on the street, because that's where we was originally. We was out on the street. We wasn't part of no camp, and it was a group of us. We would go out every weekend, and sometimes during the week also. We would be in our neighborhoods, but we'd be bringing the fire, telling you about your culture. You better get back to the book. The book is yours. There was this one day though, we was downtown, and this is several years ago, and every like couple minutes you would hear ambulance downtown, all around, every couple of minutes. And this was when Spice had hit. These people were smoking this Spice, and it was driving them mad. And they would have to call the ambulance, and they would come pick them up. Now, 3 different instances, mind you. We on the street with our speakers, with our pictures out. We didn't have the 12 tribe chart out because we didn't subscribe to it. But we had the normal pictures that you see, the slave pictures with the brother with his back beat out, pictures of Cesare, pictures and the different, all the books that we had. We had our whole complete setup. We was out with our loudspeaker. And where we set up at was a drug spot. But then when we set up, they would clear out. On this day, You had three different people. Ambulance came and got one of them, but you had a white dude come up and he was on his knees, passed out. You had a brother behind us a few minutes later. He was whacked out talking about OS, OS, and started punching the ground. He passed out. Then you had another brother a few minutes after that. He was walking down the street. He just laid on the ground. The ambulance came and got him. So you had all of this heinous stuff. I'm only mentioning that because of this trank thing is not even letting these people live. This trank thing is putting people in She-Hulk. You don't even get to pass, go collect dollars, see your family be in a coma. No, you do this dope, you going straight to the grave. You know the book say once there's a point until man wants to die, then the judgment. You get to go straight to the grave. It's a horse train, and they're starting to come out with the documentaries about VFX Bria. I'm not sure what that's in context with. And there's also that's right. There's also a fungus that's killing people too. It's a black fungus. Also, I heard yesterday where Marburg is. Let me know if it's all right to take very. Yes, definitely. Hey, Najee, it's definitely good to take the sister off of that list. I'm looking at the email right now. I had a conversation with the brother, and yeah, and it's for good cause too. And I'll say it openly that even though if we have a dissenting view with someone, that doesn't necessarily mean that if they haven't been disrespectful or disruptive, that they be blocked or that they be taken down. Um, our people bring good and great information, and they should be allowed to do that. So, looking at the email, I'd say, yeah, brother, go ahead and do that if it wasn't done already. I believe it was done already. So there's a lot of things happening, family. There's a black fungus. There's also the solar flare activity. Y'all Google solar flares. The solar flares acting up. And the heathen will say, oh, yeah, this is all in response to the earth doing this thing over X, Y, and Z because this is what it's normally supposed to do. No, no, no. You trying to explain away scientifically, which there's some science to it, but the Father created science. He created the laws that govern the earth. When the books say they would seek to change times and laws, the heathen would seek to change the laws that the Father established with so-called gravity, because gravity is not even a real thing. Just something that they taught you was real, but you don't even understand what that is. They would seek to change these things. So yeah, there's a ton of things that's going on. And that's what I wanted the family to bring, stuff like this. There's a fungus that's killing people. Be aware. Definitely a fungus. This trank thing is crazy. Out of control. But here's what we have to do, family. We have to get out of the way and let the Father do his will. Cindy Clark, shalom, sis. I see you in the chat. Shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Good to see you, sis. Starface, shalom. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. If I didn't catch you, if I didn't get you early on, please forgive me. The planetary alignments, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and those entities that are above in the heavenlies, because they are entities. Those things that you call stars, they don't they call stars, but they not twinkle twinkle little star. Those are living and breathing things, fam. Those things are not they're not they're alive just like you are. They live and breathe just like you do. And the planetary alignments definitely have an impact on what's going on planet Earth too. They saw for a sign and a wonder, and our people have been able to break that down to whereas it go way above the heathen head. The heathen know what's going to happen in 2024 according to the planetary alignment. Some of them know. Yes, they do. They know what 2024 means and what's gonna be really jumping off in 2024. They know. Some of them know. Yeah, we're not always gonna agree. No need to get in our feelings. None of us have all the answers. Deep breaths. That's right. And see, up next, I always talk about everybody staying in their own lane. If the Father gave you a lane, you stay in and operate in your office and be good with operating in your office. I'm not jumping out the window. I'm not jumping out the window hollering at Big Judah about nothing. Big Levi about nothing. They're my brothers and I love them. Do I agree with everything they say? No. Are they my brothers? Yep. Am I going to lift them up? Yep. Same thing with Teo Ministries and them. I don't agree with everything with Teo and them say. They're my brothers? Yep. Am I going to lift them up and give them props? Yep. Why? Because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be running down another Israelite, debating him, running around talking about, oh yeah, I disagree with you on this, I disagree with you on that. Nope, no sir, no ma'am. Nope, you could get Brother C to play that game. And if I have played that game, Father, please forgive me. It's all about operating under a code. What's that code? Well, some things you're supposed to keep in the house. Some things you're not supposed to know. Let the left hand know your enemies know what the right hand, your brothers and sisters, is doing. That's the beautiful thing that I see about Israel. Israel's coming together. It's a beautiful thing to see that we are coming together as a family. It's so awesome. And I hope you all are experiencing that. What you see in this chat room is not an isolated thing. The awakening was not an isolated thing. How could our communication and conversation be an isolated thing? It's not isolated. This thing is not isolated. And it's got nothing to do with your brother. See, it's got more to do with you. The Father also created judgment by the Son. That's right. Look at these solar flares that's happening right now. Who is it going to impact the most? Somebody had in their book that you was cursed with dark skin. Well, what kind of? But then why are they making war weaponry based on melanin? The snakes got weaponry based on melanin. Google melanin based weapons and they got patents on it. Google that. What you mean, brother? See, melanin based weapons? We brought that out years ago. The sun don't even like you. Ain't that something? That's right, sis. The sun is not no ball of gas. He said these entities is a lie. The Father called the sun he and the moon she. Father says she gives her own light. The moon got its own light. It ain't got nothing to do with no light bouncing off of no sun, this, that, and the third. Because if that was the case, when you see the sun and the moonlight all at the same time, how is it that the moon is lit in its own way? And when the sun go down, the moon is still lit, whatever phase it's in. That's why you got to get out of the habit of listening. Retrain yourself, like Denzel said in Training Day, my favorite movie. Man, you gotta relearn whatever you learned in the academy. You gotta relearn all of that mess because that mess will get you killed out here. Listening to the heathen and their science and their breakdowns and all of that will get you hurt. Ain't no ball of gas. Get the hell out of here with that. Oh, son, that son is living and breathing just like how you living and breathing. The Father wouldn't have called him a he if it wasn't so. Now, I will say this about she, which is the moon. The moon is a very interesting and perplexing thing. I'm not going to lie. The moon trips me out. It does. I just have to say this. Because it never turns. You only get to see one side of it. It goes in these different phases of light that ain't got nothing to do with no sun blocking it from the earth. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Stop telling me that because I'm not believing you. You're telling me them lies. They're from your science, and your science is wrong because you don't have the science that the Father gave you. So stop telling me what you saying. And I'm not discounting science. I'm discounting man science because it's a bunch of BS. But the moon is a trip though. How it shines its light and how it's only lit in certain phases, and how it's appears to be round, but how it only just you only see one side of it. It never turns, it never does anything. The moon is a trip though. And I'm not saying it's like it's like I'm spooked about it or not. It's just a trip thing. Let's see here. You guys are awesome. No, you awesome, Starfaith. You are awesome. The whole house of Israel is awesome. Y'all in the chat are the most brilliant, beautiful, smart, intelligent, great IPs, greatest athletes, greatest writers, greatest storytellers, greatest physicians, greatest spiritual people, uh, greatest that has ever been on the whole earth. The Israelites are point blank, period. And I'm talking about all. I'm talking about the dispersed. I'm not just talking about the Israelites in the snakes. I'm talking about the Israelites that's been dispersed. Those hidden ones, the ones in the Caribbean, the ones in the UK, the ones in South America, the ones in the whole of Europe, the ones that's still hidden in Asia. All the hidden ones. Y'all the greatest on the earth. Point blank here. Y'all awesome. That's why I always point you back. Go back and look at the chat. Go back and listen and read what my people. You ain't gotta listen to me. Go back and read what my people were saying in the chat. Go back and read it. If you want to get point to some truth, go back and read what they were saying. And they're gonna point you back to the Father. They're gonna say, hey, we need to get back to this book. We need to get back to our culture. We need to be not just talking it, but we need to be living. Point blank. My sister say, I'm on the sidelines watching, but when I see an opening, I'll throw a punch or kick in the face. That's right. That's right. That's why you need to get saved. Let's see it. Let's keep going down there. Yes, they are. That's right. Those sparkles in the night sky are angels' eye. Those sparkles in the night sky are them things moving and saying and doing something. Because if they was just sitting there, why would they be sparkling? Why would anything be emanating from it? It's not just light. Them things just alive. They alive just like me and you. Yeah, they sang at creation. That's right. If it wasn't alive, how could it sing? You know? How could do that? Crazy weather. Yeah, it's been okay, so I don't know if y'all heard of this term before, but they got this term now I've never heard before called atmospheric rivers. I had never heard of that before. Atmospheric river. I'll say to my wife, babe, they just making up stuff all the time now. Because they talk about atmospheric river. I never heard of that. Atmospheric river. Now in California, Southern California, I'm in Southern California. Southern California, we've been getting so much rain. They're talking about drought. We done got enough rain where I'm waiting for these mountains to start falling down, and we done got so much rain. And I kid you not, I'm being real, straight. That's okay, sis. It's good for you. It's good that you're here. You're a blessing to us that you're here, sis. Trust and believe that. My sister say SPF 3000. And yeah, this is the thing. And so Kwam Yasharan, I believe that there's been so much water that the earthquakes that's gonna happen in Cali are gonna be even more devastating. Um, and my prayer is that the Father protect his children, those hidden ones, and that he please protect us in this hour. For we know in part and we prophesy in part 10, but when completeness comes, what is it? What is in part disappears. That's right. When completeness comes, we're going to come into not only the full completeness of who we are, but then we get to come into full completeness of what we really are. And see, that's really the scary part. What we really are. Y'all, they talk about y'all Marvel Comics. Everybody operating in their own office. What you build the capabilities that the Father done gave you, that he done built inside of you, I may not have, my capabilities might be something different. That's the scary part. You wake up and you come under your culture, and then you get the completeness. And you get them what we talk about here is them cheat codes. When you operating in them cheat codes, then what? Them cheat codes is something else. They talk about y'all with these superheroes. They talking about y'all. They know it. They don't tell y'all that, but that's who they talking about. The curse of white skin is what the scriptures talk about. That's right. It's never a straight answer. Never. Not one answer will you get from them. Because they're not supposed to give you a straight answer. They're supposed to keep you in not only fear, but to keep stuff hidden from you. Nasa in Hebrew means deceive. Yep, total deception. Let's see here. The moon is a way station for the watchers. There could be something to that, brother. I'm not going to discount nothing the Israelites say. Not one thing, because the Father then gave all the Israelites something. Not one Israelite got all the answers. And if the Israelites stay in the office that the Father gave them, then you're gonna be good money. I named some brothers earlier that I rock out with and I frequent their channel. My office is not their office. It's not. But you doing something under the guise of, hey, we getting back to our culture and we doing this under the guise of the Father, then I say, Salah, so be it. That's right, sis. The book of Enoch does give great insight over the moon. That's right. Definitely does. Definitely does. 100%. Man, y'all been blazing and on fire today. Yeah, the rain in California has been crazy. But when you see something happening on the earth, you have to ask yourself, what did those people do? Matter of fact, let's get into I'm staying longer than I normally do. Y'all can tell me if y'all want me to keep going. I'll keep going or I'll shut it down. Normally, I like to shut it down at 2 hours, but we had 2 hours and 41 minutes. I said I was going to talk about Turkey, so y'all can't call me a liar if I talk about Turkey, right? Y'all can say, oh, that brother, see, he's a liar because he said he was going to talk about Turkey. Brother didn't even mention it. Let's see which I'm gonna hit this one. I got a couple of sites that I go to. I think I'm gonna hit this one, and we're gonna talk about Turkey. Y'all talked about it's been a lot of hailstorms, a lot of flooding worldwide, a lot of cyclones. It's been cyclones touching down everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let me share my screen. And there's this site that I go to. It's called Disaster Compilations. I got a couple of sites that I go to. And the reason why I go to these sites is because I like to see where the Father is getting busy and where he's moving. Because my thought is that, okay, what did these people do to the book people? I asked the question, why is the Father pissed off at these people? Because this is his construct. Anything that happens in this construct, he ordained it and he willed it. So because of that, my question is always, hey, what did you people do to deserve this? What did you people do to deserve this kind of affliction or this kind of punishment? Mind you, that I don't feel sorry for you. I do not, because nobody felt sorry for me when I was in my plight. Who felt sorry for you when you was in slavery? When you was enslaved, when you was the dispersed? Who felt sorry for you? Name me one nation that said, oh yeah, we need to step up. We need to step up for what's been happening to the Israelites and the snakes. We need to step up on what's been happening to the Israelites in Brazil, in the UK, in Ghana. What happened to the Israelites in the Caribbean? What happened to the Israelites in Haiti? So this is a site that I go to. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Deadly tornadoes hit Rolling Fork and Army, Mississippi. Mississippi, we're going to do roll call. Mississippi, what heinous acts did you commit against the children of the book? Strong tornadoes hit Fazika Punjab state in India. India, what did you do to the Israelites in your nation and abroad? What did you do to the people of the book? This is the one we was talking about in Cali, Montebello. Hit Montebello, Cali. What did you, Montebello, was you a sundown town? How do you treat the Israelites when they come into your city? Do you chase them out? Do you run them out? Earthquake shakes Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. They keep getting shook by earthquakes. Question I ask, what did y'all do to people of the book there? What did you do? What you do to them? Now I'm showing all y'all this because we're going to talk about Turkey. Look at this destruction. And you never see none of this on your news. None of this. Thank the Father for the internet. Violent hailstorms hits Shanghai, Thailand. 6.8 hits Ecuador. Nobody telling y'all about the 6.8 that hit Ecuador, driving Ecuador mad. Look at the cyclone in Mozambique and Malawi. Look at that. Check that out. Quake hits Turkish province. But now here's what they're not telling you about Turkey, and here's what they're not telling you about Turkey, and we're gonna get into Turkey now. Here's what they're not telling you about Turkey. What they're not telling you about Turkey is the millions of people that got killed, number one. But Turkey is not only getting hit with earthquakes, them people getting hit with flooding too. This is the flooding in Turkey. And I don't know if y'all can hear the audio. I probably set it up so y'all couldn't hear the audio. So let me stop sharing my screen. I want y'all to hear the audio too. So I'm gonna go back and do present file, and I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna share the audio, and we sharing which one? Disasters compilations. Let's start one there. Okay. Now this is in Turkey. Now Turkey done been getting hit with earthquakes that's been killed millions of people. I'm talking not thousands, but millions of people. And now they're getting hit with flooding. So the question I ask is that what did Turkey do to the you see that moon and crescent moon, right? What did Turkey do to the Israelites? Please tell me. Somebody need to help. This is Turkey, fam. They're getting flooded. But this you're not seeing this on the news. Cindy Clark, that city that's got that will be destroyed. And I look for it to happen. I look for us to see that destruction of that city. Now I'm gonna stop playing this video. I want y'all to see, if y'all haven't seen the destruction in Turkey, it's fascinating. I'm gonna scroll down, and if you haven't seen the destruction in Turkey happen, it's fascinating to see. This place got the videos, and see the eruption in Volcano too. They haven't talked about this on the news. Y'all haven't seen this. Check this one out. This is in Indonesia. Check out this explosion, this volcano. Watch this. They're not talking about it. Look at this. This happened on March 11th. Nobody said nothing about it. You didn't even see it on the news. Oh, you know what? My bad. My bad. I forgot to run fair use. Let me run fair use. Thank you, fam. I'm old here. I need to get saved. Let me run fair use right quick, and then we'll get back to it. Let me find where it's at. Brian. Sorry I didn't run fair use, fam. My bad. We run copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. And this is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips,
the balance in favor of fair use.
Okay, thank you, brother, for the fair use commentary. Now, did anybody tell y'all, any news outlet tell y'all about the volcano that erupted in Java, Indonesia? Mind you, I'm going to frame Indonesia for you. Y'all didn't know that the elites, and what I mean by the elites, I'm talking about the humanoid controllers that think they elite, that have a lot of, just because they have a lot of money, they have become a stronghold in Indonesia. And they thought that Indonesia was going to be a hiding place for them while the rest of the earth goes sideways, or while they trigger the rest of the earth to go sideways. What news agency told you about this right here? This is a volcanic eruption right here. And it looked like the whole side of, y'all remember Mount St. Helens, right? Looked like the whole side of the earth, this whole mountain just exploded. And nobody said nothing about it. Meanwhile, these people standing around like it's like they should be watching it. What you need to be doing is you need to be getting way downwind or upwind or left wind or right wind so that you're not involved with this dust. Look at this, fam. But how come the media never told you about this right here? Why they never said nothing about this?
Rasa banter-banter. Pret, dhisik wae, Pret.
Look at the aftermath of that now. Look what's up in the cities now, in that area. Well, you gotta breathe this dust. You gotta breathe this volcanic ash. This is the aftermath of this plume right here that you see. The aftermath of that is that, okay, now your village, this cloud is going to descend on your village, and this is going to be in your air. How come we didn't hear about this on the news? We didn't hear about that. Now I'm gonna talk about Turkey, because Turkey has been getting hit, and this is a different area. The Philippines been getting hit by volcanoes too. And this site talks about the different tornadoes, but it talks about stuff that's happening all over the earth. Now I want to scroll down to the fantastic part. I'm going to go back to the Syria earthquake and the Turkey earthquake. Fam, during the earthquake and after the earthquake, these buildings was going down, and the people was watching them go down, and the only thing that they could do was scream for their God. But their God was never doing nothing for them. You could scream Allah Akbar all you want. He's not going to visit you in this. See how the buildings crumble right before their eyes? That was a normal occurrence, fam. These people would be outside walking around these buildings, and the buildings would just crumble right before their eyes in the broad daylight. I'm looking for the video that I had that was showing that. This ain't the video that was showing that. I'm gonna go back and find it because I want y'all to see this. The destruction that happened in Turkey is beyond y'all wildest imagination. Point blank, period. And they done had some since then. Let's take a look at this one. Maybe this will show. There's some videos that's out that show them just happening. Them buildings just falling down. Them people walking around and they don't know what to do. They perplexed. They vexed by it because they seeing it happen in real time. I don't think this is the video either. I want to find that video. Y'all bear with me for a minute while I find that video. Turkey been getting hit with earthquake after earthquake after earthquake, and so has the whole earth. Here we go. Here go one of them right here. Where you see the buildings collapsing. They just see the building. The only thing they can do is just, this is broad daylight. This is happening. And this has been happening a lot. This is not an isolated incident. These buildings been falling down left and right on these people. So now the question becomes, what did these people do? Look at that.
Gel. Sakin. Hey. Aman Allah'ım ya Rabbi, Subhanallah. Ya Rabbi, Allah'ım. Ya Rabbi, kurban oldum Allah'ım. Allah'ım. Sen yardım et ya Rabbi. Sen yardım et Allah'ım. Sen yardım et Allah'ım. Ya Rabbi içeri gir. Ya tamam gel içeri gir.
That lady was a second away from getting destroyed. Y'all see that?
الزلزال الثاني يا الله يا رب يا رب يا الله بسم الله
He ain't answering you.
Allah'ım aman ya Rabbi aman İçeride insan vardı ya niye çıkmadınız Allahu Ekber Bırak ne abi ya gerizekalı İnsan vardı içeride ya dedik ki çıkın dışarı yok. Lan insan vardı sallanıyorum bak
Okay, sis, I'll make sure I keep the comments off the screen. My bad, sis.
Bak. Gelme. La. Bak ben adam söyledi. Size düştüm ayağım. Bir daha alıyor. Lan oğlum. Ne oldu oğlum bugün? Abi tertemiz oldu ben. Tertemiz oldu Malatya. Ayağım gitti Ozan.
He don't hear you. Your moon god ain't even responding to you. He say it's close. His phone is turned off. He didn't pay the bill. Mind you, fam, this is happening after the earthquake. Some of these, after it had already happened. You don't see this on the news. Millions of people that died in them Turkey earthquakes. Don't believe the hype of the numbers that they're telling y'all. They ain't telling y'all what really happened. Look how these buildings coming down. What did you do to the apple of his eye? Did y'all enslave those Israelites at one time? Did y'all touch the apple of his eye at one time?
Evet. Allah! Allahu Ekber!
Call on him. He ain't coming.
Allahu Ekber!
Where he at? Where he at to get you out of this predicament?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Anne! Sabır, sabır. Sabır. Kımıldamayın, dur. Dur, kımıldamayın. Oturun arabada. Sabır. Oturun arabada. Sabır. Hayır! Hayır! Bak bakayım.
I think y'all get the picture. I'm gonna cut this off. I think y'all get the picture, but it's more of that. If y'all want to see more of it, there's way more of it. And see, that's the thing between the media not telling the truth because there's so much going on. The media can't cover it all. We can't cover it all. We can't see everything that's going on, but together. That's why it's good for us to have unity. Together, we can parse this out and parse the information, and then we can look at the scriptures and point to the scriptures and say, well, this is because of this, or this is because of that. Where is he at? When I hear him scream, I ain't gonna lie. When I hear him scream saying, calling that false God that they got, I start cracking up. I'm not gonna lie. I start laughing. What's up, Cavity Creek? What you doing, brother? Hope all is well. Hope you've been well, bro. Shalom, shalom, fam. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you've been well. Hey, listen. When I'm getting back to that, where is he at? That reminds me of when one of our ancestors, we was doing battle, and one of our ancestors was doing battle with them, and the father showed out. And their magicians wound up getting destroyed. This reminds me of that. He say, our ancestors would say, hey, call on him, maybe he asleep. Y'all get that precept in the book. Call on him, maybe he'll hear you. He not hearing now because he never was anyway. If the father said, hey, I'm going to do this, then they entity not going to be able to do nothing against what the father's saying. Where is he at? How come he didn't show up? Where is he? I'm put the comments up. Hey, I apologize for that, sis, because I was putting up the comments and I shouldn't have been while the video was playing. Who has the ability to kill that many people at once? All praise to the Father. Only the Father. Only the Father will give you the right to be the ability to be able to do such a thing. Only Him. If He says something's going to happen, it's going to come to pass. Now, the question that I ask is that, what did those people do to the apple of His eye? Was they part of some contingent? Was they part of the Psalms 83 contingent? That's exactly what I'm saying, Brother Jason. What you pick up the phone, you call it, where he at? Where is he? Where's your Elohim at? That's what they've been asking. That's what the heathen been asking us. Hey, so where's your God at? He allowed you to go into slavery. Where is he at? Well, that was our punishment for us looking for a human, looking at humanoids, trying to do what the heathen does. Being a monkey seeing a monkey do. And he told us what was going to happen to us. What's your answer? What is your answer? In 2023, you walking down the street, you can't even walk down the street after earthquake happened. You looking around saying, okay, is that building going to fall down? Imagine you live in one of these buildings. Nobody talking about this. Nobody talking about the earthquake still hitting over there. They done stopped talking about it. They done moved on to talk about who shot John and why they shot him. You give a damn about who shot John. Tell me what's going on the earth and see how it fulfilled the book. That's what the Israelites is about. The Israelites ain't about telling you about no Charlie Brown Christmas special about some rapture. Yes, Christians, you gonna be here. You gonna be here to witness all the heinous stuff you done did. Somebody say recompense on your whole hair. I see JPM say that. Put that comment up. Your entity never was alive. And if he was alive, he was under the Father. And what he was allowed to do, the Father ordained it. We're witnessing prophecy as well. That's right. And see, the crazy thing is they keep getting earthquakes. Now they're getting hit with the flood now. They get hit with floods after they got hit with earthquake. What did the Turks do? What did they do? Can somebody help? Somebody help me out. What did the people in that land do? Because Turkey and Pakistan and Syria have been having earthquakes. What did the people do? Do I feel sorry for them? No. I say all praise to the Most High. Father, destroy them, because apparently they must have did something to the apple of your eye. They did something to piss off the Father. And how you gonna piss off the Father is if you touch his people. I heard that Turkey was treating the Haitians bad. The Haitians that was over there come over there for asylum. They was treating them bad. But it's not just a recent phenomenon. You must have got history of doing some heinous acts to his people. What you been doing? Yeah, he never had no power to begin with. Looked like he with Elvis. They over there kicking it with Michael Jackson and them. Having a grand time. What you doing? To me, it's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I be cracking up. I be laughing because I don't know why it's funny. But to hear you talking about, every time Billy, you go back and listen to Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Where he at? When he gonna come to your rescue, Turkey? When he gonna come to your rescue, Ukraine? Your God, where your God at? Where your God to stop the heinous acts that y'all doing to each other, because the Father put in y'all to be nation fighting against nation according to what he said in the book, and y'all fulfilling prophecy to destroy yourself. But he gonna destroy you too. Yes, he is. The weapons of our warfare are not weapons of this world. You read from a different version, but that's okay. Instead, they are divine power to demolish strongholds. He is shaking their foundations all the way to the ground, yet they hold themselves not guilty. Well, at some point they're gonna capitulate, saying, you know what? They gonna look to the wisdom of Solomon, and they gonna look to all the precepts where they say, hey, this is you we had sometimes in derision. We sorry. We apologize for what they did. It's too late though. We apologize for what we did to the Israelites, the true book people. All went back to Saturn in February. He might be back now, maybe. Hey, shalom, Africa Brown. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Good to have you on board. See, the Most High is making them see who is Alua, Where is your God? That's right. That's why I'll be asking you, hollering, running around screaming, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Okay, where he at? How come he can't make the building go back and not fall? Even though it's built with faulty construction, Erdogan getting all them good contracts built using cheap. That ain't got nothing to do with the destruction that's happening there. Oh no, this is much bigger than who you are. It's more have more to do with what you did and what you've been doing. Are you on stolen property? Is them people on stolen property? America is quick to say, the Americans, I say Americans. I say America. America is quick to tell somebody to go back to Africa when it's not your land. When you stole property. And all the land is going to get, all the land, whether you like it or not, is going to get returned back to its rightful owners. It's going to get returned back to the people who's supposed to be owning it. So if there's a parcel of land that's in Akiba land that's supposed to be yours, Israelites, you're going to get it. If it's a portion of the snakes in Americas, you're going to get it. Whatever the Father has ordained for you to have, everybody going to go back to their land and they going to get what they originally owned. And that's book. So heathens in America, you talk about, and the first thing that you talk about, go back to Africa. Okay, you go back to Europe because this is stolen land. If you read your Bible, you would know that everybody would be going back to their land if you knew that. Jason Canfield says 1 Kings 18:27, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah might. This is the precept I was talking about. Thank you, brother. See, that's why I rock out with Israelites. Honestly, I give a piece of a precept, and this why I lift y'all up. Nobody know the book like y'all. I'm an old head. I done forgot a lot about the book. I'm not gonna lie. I done forgot a lot about it in the book. And it could be my own doing. It could be something medical. I don't know. Came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is on the journey. Maybe Allah Akbar is on the phone talking to Gene Akbar. He talking to his brother Gene. Gene and Allah, and they having a conversation, so he ain't got time to hear you. Or maybe he since he is an entity, maybe he's somewhere in another universe having tea and crumpets with one of his concubines. He on the journey, or maybe he's somewhere he sleep. Maybe he like, man, I ain't got time to fool with y'all. I need to kick it. I need to be at rest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He ain't got time for you. Fix your own buildings. What have you done? They ain't not showing John the Ash. They not showing us nothing about this. And they gonna lie and blame it. That's exactly correct. They gonna lie and blame it on clientele. They gonna not gonna never give the Father his due, that the Father set this up and spoke this up eons before you even walked the earth. He said this was gonna happen. Before we was even here, this was ordained to happen. And yet you gonna lie and say climate change. Well, if there is such a climate change, who claiming to changing the climate in the construct that he created? If you gonna lie and say it's that, but you still got to give him the credit for it. Your lying science can say that it was climate change. Okay, cool. Say that. But you still got to give him credit. Point blank. What did you do, Turkey? Turkey getting it right now. Somebody said America's not. Yes, America's on a crash course. And I hope that don't none of our people fight in their wars, fight in anything going forward. Go get the game that they got and bring it back to the family, just like what they be doing. White supremacists burned up that whole ship and burned up that whole aircraft carrier and didn't destroy the whole craft carrier. He's sitting back at home. White supremacists did that. They don't put that in the news. They don't tell y'all that. They'll tell y'all nothing about that. So, fam, I'm about to shut it down. We've been over 3 hours, but It's been great rocking out with y'all. I love rocking out with y'all and been missing y'all. So I'm going to shut it down. But I will say this, y'all seeing what the Father's doing. They ain't not, yeah, you right. America ain't seen nothing yet. They ain't seen nothing yet. That's right, Brother Yash. Daily dedication, shalom, peace, and blessings to you. That's right, my good brother. They've been persecuting, pressing down Haitians over there, treating them like dirt. Not knowing that you done touched the apple of the Father's eye. Y'all don't even know. It's all no. That's all. The whole earth is all about the Israelites. That's why y'all the only ones that can rightly divide the book. Hey, Shah Shalom, what's up, brother? How you been, man? Yeah, you missed the show. We've changed the time to KC, the time and the date to KC. And when y'all hit y'all notification bell, make sure you hit the notification bell so that it notifies you when the show is coming out. Now, there's a way to do that. Should I show y'all how to do it? Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I'm gonna share my screen right quick. How do you get the notifications? Okay, so on a place that you're subscribed to, if you go to subscribe and you click here and then you go to all, anytime a new show comes on a channel, let me turn this off right quick. Every time you click all, anytime something happens on a channel, means that you'll get all notifications. So if you're subscribed to a channel, if you go to it and not click personalized, but click all, anytime some movement happens on the channel, then you will definitely get that. And then it'll say, hey, something's happening over there. Those goddamn salt of the earth niggers are doing something. We need to make sure we click all that we can get all of their notifications, because they're probably sending smoke screens to their niggers. And we want to be able to hear what those niggers are saying. So we want to click all. So you hit the all button, and that means that you'll get everything. So now, right now, I'm set to get anytime Disaster Compilation put out something, I'll be able to get it. I'm gonna put the link to Disaster Complications, and this will put y'all all on the same page with what your brother C is, what one of the channels, what brother C is listening to. Your brother C need to get saved. That's what that is. He out of his mind. He an old head that's out of his mind. Y'all pray for me. Here's what I ask that y'all pray for Brother C. Please pray for him that he don't procrastinate in doing the things that the Father's given him. Mind you, when I'm telling y'all, when I'm coming at y'all, I'm coming at myself. When I talk about doing the will of the Father, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. I'm laying it out, laying it down the line. Brother Yash, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see all my brothers. It's good to see fellowship with all of y'all and be on with all of y'all. I love that. I love fellowshipping with my fam. Even though I don't like the idea of me being up front, because I never wanted to be up front doing those shows. I never did. I like being in the background. I like being Kaiser Soze. Being in the background making moves. Y'all don't know who did that. Who over there did that? Well, it wasn't Brother C, because he's just in the background, running around, just looking at things in the back, not in the front. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like. But y'all make sure y'all hit the y'all bring your family members, and bring them to the channel, and let them listen, because there's more edification going on in the chat and with the other brothers. Me, I'm just a loud mouth that likes to yell at people. I'm gonna read this last comment, then we go close out. Shalom family. Turkey was Anatolia's. We're Indo-European people. They established first kingdom of Kasara before 1750. That's where the Ashkenaz Jewish people came from. Yeah, there's definitely a tie. And family, here's what last thing I'm gonna leave you with is: make sure that you be on the lookout. Make sure that you keep exactly the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll see you up next. Make sure that you definitely share and like, but then make sure that you are on guard. And the most important thing, family, is that you're doing the will of the Father in your life. That's my prayer, that the Father give you the strength and the wisdom and knowledge to do what he put inside of you, right? He gave everybody a lane. He didn't just give your brother C a lane. He didn't just give your brother Banya, your brother Elisha, your brother Hal, your brother Yash, your brother Kadar, your brother Ibri. He didn't just give those brothers lanes. Your brother Najid, he didn't just give those brothers lanes. The brothers at Teo Ministries, the brother Dante Fortsons, my brother Asakari, my brother, I love him so, Asakari and now. The brothers at IUIC, the sisters that's in here, my sister Mary Yakita, Phantom Warrior, Darlene Franklin, Jason Canfor, my brother Yash already called you, Nature's Graffiti, his Abigail, Pinsalola Yah, Phantom Warrior, Kiera King, Romy Black, Sean, my brother Najid, I already called him, my brother Jason Canfor, my sister Romy Black, my brother Darlene Franklin, my sister Yah, shalom to you, my brother up next, my brother Jason Canfor, all these people, all the family that's in the chat, he gave you a lane. Yes, he did. He said, I want something, I got something that I want you to do this hour. I got something that I gave you that I only gave you. I know it, because I'm not saying that's not in the book. Yes, sir, we need to do this. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I know the Father, he said he gave some 5 talents. Some of y'all, he done gave 10,000 talents. Some of y'all, he done put in 1,000,000 IPs to bring forth to the earth. And you doing his will, you will be apt to do his will. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. All praise to the Father. Lift him up. Yes, sir. Lift the Father up because he's doing a mighty work this day. And until we come back again, what I will say is this, like how I normally close out, this has been a salt of the earth. Yeah, you better stay ready and be prepared to exit. Yeah, stay ready and be prepared to get the hell up out of here because this is not our home. But I'm about to close out like how I normally close out. I'm out of practice, so please forgive me. This has been another salt of the earth production.
It's like live.
I always tell y'all better hurry and run to go get saved. Get saved.